60 minutes.
TikTok, motherfuckers. TikTok. It's Xbox Nation. Oh, somebody's mic. Who's eating? Somebody's mic was doing something. Somebody using a Mad Catz mic?
Too soon, bro. Too soon.
Welcome to Xbox Nation, y'all. We are live and we are kicking ass. We are coming at you at checkerboard 4K, not native checkerboard, because that's what all the cool kids do nowadays. And we are happy to be here live as always. Yeah, it is the day before the Scorpio reveal, so we do have quite a bit to talk about. There's interesting things on the horizon as well. A lot of stuff is still like trickling out that we've heard. We're going to hear a lot of things that are going to be confirmed or denied tomorrow. So it's a very interesting day. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people doing a lot of shows and stuff like that tomorrow. A lot of talking, a lot of tech talk. I'm going to have Hellhammer wake his ass up early so he can read and explain to me in layman's terms, like I was a little kid, like, what does this mean? And he's going to be like, this means that this is this, or that's how this is, or that's powerful. You know, it's like, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Trust me, we've got a lot of cool stuff to talk about tonight. I got a fucking huge list. And I was like, look at this huge list, people. And people are like, holy shit, that's a big
We're not even
list.
going to get through half of this list.
Hell no.
I know, that's
We'll
what
be lucky
GKB
if we
said.
get through any of them but one.
We didn't even get past the first fucking one. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. But I want to introduce everybody.
We might hit the second one.
We might.
Maybe,
Right at the end.
maybe.
Well,
Absolutely.
it depends. If he reorganizes them, then we may.
Yeah.
I do that sometimes.
We ain't getting through shit at this rate, goddammit.
I know, right?
I know. Here we go. Let's go. We've got the governor, GKB.
What's going
What's up,
on?
bro?
What's going on, bro? That was awesome. You're in a mood tonight, bro. It's awesome. I'm ready
Yeah.
to go, man.
Oh, I'm fucking excited, man. Like, I
Same,
cannot
man.
tell you how excited I am. 3 years of shit, right? 3 years of shit. Yeah, I'm going on a little tangent before I even get to introduce the second person. Us Xbox fans put up with 3 years of shit. You guys seen the Shawshank Redemption? You know, when he climbs through the fucking sewers of shit and he comes
Yep.
out in the rain and he's washing off the shit? We're crawling through the shit right now. And the rain is going to wash us clean tomorrow. It's going to be glorious.
So you're saying we're Tim Robbins right now?
Yes, we're Tim Robbins collectively without the without the sodomy.
Yeah,
I can say that without the sodomy. Yes. Yeah. And
No one else got
we
that.
Yeah, I got
I know.
It was kind of fucked up. A little too far.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have the first lady of Xbox.
Miss Negative,
She-Wolf.
bro.
How you doing?
Miss Negative.
Miss Negative, yes.
Wow. You know, when you did that voice grab, it made me think about the fact that Undertaker retired from the WWE yesterday.
Wow.
I saw that. I was kind of disappointed. I was like, huh, that's sad because, yeah, I mean, I
He's
guess
been around forever.
yeah,
I
he's
just thought it
52.
was
He's been
interesting.
yeah, that is sad to see. I guess they're phasing out all the older people, which I get, but he still was one of my favorite. I seen him live. A little story back in 2000. They did what the hell was one of them things? Survivor Series in Tampa, and I went and saw that, and I remember thinking, this sucks because when you watch wrestling on TV, you got the announcers and stuff. When you watch it live, all you hear is people grunting and jumping across a mat and stuff like that. And also people flubbing moves, you see them stuff with the camera doesn't show a lot of times, if somebody's off their mark they scoot a little bit over so they can get hit. I don't know, it was just kind of interesting, but yeah, I know, right? Here we
Cruel
are,
reality.
I do that on the toilet.
yes, but it was cool though. My lasting memory was it was Undertaker versus Kurt Angle for the championship, and that was the one where Kurt Angle's brother was underneath the ring, and then the lights went out and he came out and Undertaker pinned him, and it ended up not being Kurt Angle, it was his brother, some kind of swerve or whatever. And I was like, this is funny. But yeah, so yeah, good times. Yeah, I used to be a wrestling fan back in the day. Good times. We got yeah, exactly.
I'm actually
wrestling
happy
was
the
cool.
Hardy Boys are back, though. They've kind of old
Yeah,
now, so it's
Yeah, I mean the one guy looks kind of crazy, but the other one still pretty much
He's
looks the
always
same. So
crazy.
Yeah,
but I
well,
never
well-
liked Matt anyways. I always liked Jeff.
Welcome
But
to Wrestling Nation.
yes,
Either
Wrestling
way,
Nation.
this isn't actually about that. I am going to say I have my bowl of popcorn sitting ready while you guys talk hardware. So
Oh hell yeah!
Get them
That's
toenails
awesome.
ready.
Toenails clipping. Oh yeah. We also have the one and only Hell Hammer. What's up?
Not much.
Literally.
Going through this topic, but excited to talk about this this Scorpio news here.
Oh yeah, he was trolling me earlier, so I'm never sure what I'm gonna get. Am I gonna get a troll or am I gonna get like he doesn't troll as hard on the show, right? But he trolls me like, man, that thing's gonna be $700 easy, 700 guaranteed. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, man, you can't get that part for less than that. I don't know. It's fucking funny. But anyway, what's up? And we also have the one and only the Megadeth Kid Dealer Gaming. What's up, bro?
Gonna feel very vindicated after a year of bullshit, a couple years of bullshit.
Yeah.
Messaging me right now. Oh my God, it's actually happening. Yeah, it's actually just like we've been telling you. It's actually happening. So it's a lot of power. It's good news, and tomorrow's gonna be nuts, guys. Welcome to the podcast, by the way, everybody. Yeah.
Yes, everybody, and we have the one and only Noof, the Canadian
Cletus.
Nukem. What's up, brother?
Ooh, yeah, it's the Macho Man Scorpio in the house, and I'm gonna dig it. Yeah, and you dig it. It's gonna be one hell of a podcast. And after 3 years, the Macho Man is gonna remove the PlayStation hemorrhoids from his asshole, and Scorpio was on lunch tomorrow. Yeah, dig it.
That's what I'm talking about, brother. Dude, brother. I'm sorry. I haven't even had anything to drink, I swear. It's crazy. Yeah, so anyway, there is like a shit ton of Scorpio stuff. Tomorrow, Scorpio reveal. Man, who would have thought that Digital Foundry, of all people, would have this? And I think we all have kind of thoughts on what to expect. But one question a lot of people ask me is, hey, crap, why are they letting Digital Foundry do this? And I'm like, okay, well, that's easy. Just look at what GameSpot did with, and I brought this up yesterday. Who are you going to give it to? GameSpot? Here you go. They couldn't find settings on the Xbox
we couldn't
One.
figure out how to turn the fucking thing on. That would be their article.
Yeah, they're like, what do you do? Oh, are you going to give it to fucking IGN? They're not tech people, right? As much as we maybe dislike the bias of Digital Foundry, the tech stuff they legit have to do. You know what I mean? So it's like they know some of their tech stuff. So it's perfect. Microsoft won't flub it. Right? They're going to let Digital Foundry explain it, and that's their job. They do it. And so that's why they're doing it. And they're going to come out and do their job and explain it. Microsoft has fucked up so many times in the past that it's obviously this is a really, really good strategy on their part to have Digital Foundry. Although I will say that the people with the fucking hats, man, the aluminum hats, because they're like, Microsoft paying off Digital Foundry, man. I used to like Digital Foundry, but now I don't even know who they are anymore.
Here's the thing on that, though, right? Like, obviously, like Digital Foundry does have a bit of a bias, and that's they got into the whole console side basically with that, in mind. I mean, they're basically who helped start the whole resolution gate crap and all the other stuff. But it's a good idea to have them do this because now we know for certain.
Yeah, but the only problem, though, is if anything negative actually comes out of it, everyone's going to flip and, blame Xbox saying that, oh, my God, how could you let them do this? There's upsides and there could be downsides to allowing them to do that. Because for the longest time, we've all hated Digital Foundry and their comments and impressions of things.
I've never hated Digital Foundry. I've always been open that I watch their stuff all the time, or I used to, way back for PC component reviews and comparisons and that sort of thing. But what I will say, one of the things that does have me a little concerned on it is if Microsoft only shows this thing to them with first-party titles, you're going to hear, well, yeah, of course, the first-party titles are going to be highly optimized, but what about third-party?
Yeah, because Microsoft's going to be accused for cherry picking and stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing of it.
They're going to go first and third party is what I feel. And like I said, I don't think Digital Foundry.
I hope they go first and third party.
Well, I think honestly, if Microsoft wants to knock this out of the park, because I think it's a really ballsy move. Microsoft's like, I got brass balls. Here you go, motherfuckers. What can you do? But I think what they need to do is give them Halo 5, give them a new game that's going to be running 4K 60 to hit all those points that people have been speculating about or in the white papers and this, that, and either debunk it or say, hey, it'll do what the Pro does, but it's going to do it 10 times fucking better. That's what they need to do to fucking nail this tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah. you know, as far as I'm concerned, that like it's easy to be negative because Microsoft has been screwed over a lot. But Microsoft, whose mic is that?
No idea, dude.
I have no idea.
That is Noof's mic.
Noof Nukem, you mic, bro.
I had to readjust it, man. I didn't know it was so
Some
annoying.
PlayStation
gotcha.
Camera cream on your ass there.
Yeah. So let me just say this. There's a couple things that negative that could come up. First of all, there's going to be speculation that likely it's going to be expensive. Because obviously there's going to be no price point tomorrow. They're just going to be like, boy, howdy, that's a good thing. But man, the thing's going to be expensive. It's got good kit, good blue, blah blah blah, rich brands, and
yeah, but expensive a price is like subjective to whoever's buying it, right? It's like us, it's probably not that expensive to other people. Yeah, sure, but that's all subjective. That doesn't really, whatever.
I mean,
yeah, I agree, 100%.
It's also good to build up that hype, though. People questioning on the prices until they start releasing more information. I mean, look, this gives Microsoft months to fully explain and show this thing off now.
Well, you can also pull up the fact that, when the Xbox One released with the Kinect at, what was it, $450 or $499, they said that was expensive. So really, like, how much is the price difference going to be? And like GKB said, it's going to all determine, what somebody else thinks is expensive. But I still go back to the biggest issue is allowing Digital Foundry to be, and yes, hate was a strong word. People don't like Digital Foundry mostly because of their comments, but I don't know. I'm still worried about them being the ones doing it, though.
I mean, that's how absolutely confident the Microsoft are in this, right?
Yep.
I mean, if a motherfucker tells you don't pre-order until you see, that means he knows there is a quote unquote demonstrable difference, right? So I think Digital Foundry has been on the side of generally the better performing platform, and I've said this on the channel, right? I just think that they've kind of damage controlled the difference between checkerboard and 1440p and all this stuff a little more than they should have. And that's why I call them digital damage control, because they're full of shit sometimes.
I mean, but who else are you going to get to show this thing off, honestly? I mean,
exactly. GameSpot couldn't find the fucking settings.
GameSpot, IGN.
IGN lost the password to their YouTube channel, so.
All these people are not tech oriented, and there's other tech oriented places that can potentially show it off that are more on the hardware side for like PC and that sort of thing. But I very seriously doubt that they're very interested, because a lot of those are mostly, majority 98% PC.
I think the majority of the people are wondering what I'm wondering. How come Crapgamer didn't get the exclusive teardown on Scorpio? Give it to me. I want to be like, man, that's a transistor. That's something right there. I think that's where you plug something into that for sure. Like that's what you need. Like honestly, like no joke. That's probably why IGN and these other companies didn't get the exclusive one there. And if you noticed, none of the other places are talking about a Scorpio reveal tomorrow. No places. Nobody.
Yeah.
IGN
Nobody.
Their privileges when fucking Marty Sleeva's pen went flying across the desk. Okay.
Oh shit! I remember that, dude. That was the funniest fucking thing. Like the sweat, all that stuff, man. That was absolutely incredible.
He just looked at it too. He just
that
sat there and
fucking look that Phil gave him was priceless, man. Like it was the best.
Yeah, he's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
I still have a question. Like, what I'm still confused about is why didn't Microsoft just themselves come out and actually talk about the specs? Like, obviously they have tech guys there.
Because they have to let Digital Foundry do it because of the reason you said earlier, right?
They have to get a third party to do it, or else it's going to be.
And Digital Foundry, of all people, you can't claim a bias because they've done nothing but basically say PS4 has been performing better all generations.
And the other thing I'm going to throw out there too is because as I thought that too, why not Microsoft go out there? It's one thing, even though Microsoft has a lot of tech people and that sort of thing. It's one thing to go out there and talk of specs and all this other stuff and get it through to people who have a good grasp on that. But Digital Foundry has a lot of experience with explaining this stuff to a layperson, basically, or a layman on the.
Hey,
freaking people watching.
Yeah, almost hit that like 700 people watching. Hit the like button. Also, shout out to all my Brazilian friends, man. Xbox Mil Grua. I think that's how you pronounce it. Excuse me if I'm bad with that.
They
Okay, Mil Grua. Grua? Xbox Mil Grua.
Just cut your losses here.
Yeah, just
okay. Yes,
did you know we're all insiders, bro? Did you know we're all insiders paid by Microsoft?
You know what? I had heard that before.
That's what they're saying now. They're like, hey, man, you guys have been so on the head about this stuff that you're all insiders paid by Microsoft.
Yeah,
Man,
you know what?
You know how long I've been chasing that
wish.
Microsoft dream job down?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that is I'm making Crap Gamer is right shirts. I'm just saying it had to be said. I'm sorry. Crap Gamer is right. You know, I know Crap Gamer gets shit on a lot, and I'm talking in third person a lot, but Crap Gamer was right. I even told Dealer this, right? I messaged him. I was like, look at this shit, Dealer, and I'll never get any credit for it. And he's like, I believed you, bro. And I was like, I know, but like, no,
Yeah, that's what
everybody
I
else.
said on Beastfire. Like on the 31st, you talked about this reveal, right?
Yeah,
And that's what I said on
That's
Beastfire.
right.
Yeah, I mean, he was the first one mentioning this. So, I mean, you know, we all kind of feel the same way because all this time they think that you have to be a fucking psychic to tell somebody what a round 6 teraflops is going to give you. When in reality, you could just look at modern technology. You know, a mid-range GPU, but this obviously will be a bit more capable. So, I don't know, man. People are just fucking stupid sometimes.
Tomorrow's show is gonna be dope, yo. You know, I might have to come back over to the Xbox. You know what I'm saying, yo?
Hey, how many Titans do you think equals the power in the Scorpio, yo?
Oh, it's gonna be like 10 Titans, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like 10 Titans, man. I swear to God, man. We're gonna take this show out tomorrow. It's gonna be fucking dope.
You sound like an old man trying to be a rapper.
you stay over there, goddammit. They need your Titans now.
Yeah, we don't.
You don't need your Titans anymore.
Bro.
They need
Yeah,
your
man,
Titans. You stay over there.
Yo, look me up after tomorrow. My name is Iron Puss.
Yeah, it's gonna be fire, yo.
I think I prefer Cletus.
So
that fucking that Scorpion team, but so when that comes out, I tell you, man, that team's gonna be fucking amazing. You won't even need your spectacles on to look at this thing, man. It's gonna be clearer than the fucking water out in the Bermuda Triangle somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I would sell my mother for a piece of that action. That shit's gonna be fucking hot, man.
butter?
From
Your
Louisiana.
butter, huh? Yeah,
Your mother.
Your mother,
You know,
huh?
your mother, the one who opened her big vagina and spit you out into the world. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Hey, I can just picture She-Wolf rolling her eyes right now. Thankfully that she isn't on camera. You probably see them roll back in her head, man. Just
Wow.
I can picture that right now. So I mean, just going around the room, what is it that you guys expect for them to talk about? Like for me, like I'll give you an example of what I want you guys to say. Well, not exactly what I'm saying, but I don't think we're going to see a box or a price.
Nope.
I think we're going to see them talk about a little bit what's inside the box. We might not even get the CPU, GPU. They might talk about Forza Motorsport 7, maybe another game or two. You could possibly see Shadow of Mordor, right? They have a deal with that. So you might see something along those lines, which there's your third-party thing that you were talking about, Hellhammer. You know, I think we're gonna see that. I think they're gonna praise it. I think they're gonna speculate a lot about the price maybe being a little bit too expensive, which at the end of the day could pay off for Microsoft's favor, because if they're like, oh well, $699 or whatever, and then they come out even at $499, that doesn't seem as bad. Because remember with PlayStation VR, how everybody was like, that thing's gonna be $800, and then when they came out at $499, it didn't seem as bad. I think that's how that worked to their favor. That people thought it would be expensive, and
Definitely.
I think it's going to work to Microsoft. Yeah. So just going around the room, what do you guys expect, and what are your thoughts? Don't all jump in at once.
I don't think we're gonna see any actual gameplay footage. To be honest, I think it's gonna be all specifications. They're gonna go over. And I'm sure that they were probably run and test, or they ran tests on it, so they have a general idea. But I think that anything like that's probably a little ways off. If it is any kind of gameplay footage, it'll probably be older games. It'll probably be Halo 5, Forza Horizon 3, something similar to that. Comparison footage.
Well, I've heard Forza 7 or Forza Apex running on it.
Apex is a possibility. I think that they're going to try to keep the games under wraps a little bit, the newer ones, until it's either closer to E3 or at E3. I think we're going to full on find out what's going to be in the specs. I think we're going to know what the CPU GPU combination is going to be, or the APU. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for, because otherwise, without that information, really, it's hard to. I mean, this really would be hard for them to be a reveal for hardware.
It would be a weird way
Honestly.
to unveil a Microsoft game too. So that's falls into I don't think they'll really debut anything there, right?
Yeah.
But who knows? Anything. Microsoft doing a lot of new stuff. Yeah, I'm sure everyone's noticed.
I mean, Forza 7 could possibly be something.
It'd just be really weird to debut that on Digital Foundry's channel. Maybe they release a trailer simultaneously, right? But either way, I think we're going to hear about at least a lot of technical stuff that they've been told by the Scorpio team that we don't currently know, which will give us a lot more insight on the capabilities. So, that's mainly what you're going to see.
We might even get a better list.
Hellhammer, you motherfucking talking over motherfucker. Hellhammer's like, rah, 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 rah. And then he waits for you to start talking, and then he talks over you. Jesus Christ.
Get some duct tape. You remember the Xbox One S teardown they did, right, on their channel? They showed the internals and all that when they unveiled the S. They never tore that console down. Microsoft sent them all of that footage. So they may give them some more footage like that to show off. But, I think it'll be a purely specs thing. Digital Foundry are going to tell you, hey, it is the real deal. But once again, like Crap and I said on our channels, that's going to be their main concern is how much is this thing? Because it is going to be capable, right? So that's really what I think it'll be mainly a hardware thing. Maybe a glimpse of a game or two. Who knows?
All right. Well, I'm just going to quickly...
go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off for a second, Crap. Just before we jump into too much details on this, do any of you guys know? Because it says that it's going to be on Eurogamer.net that it's supposed to be actually streaming. Do you know if it's actually going to be streaming on their YouTube, or are they actually going to have just a live stream that happens on their website? Does anyone actually know where to watch this?
And I think they might have a teardown video that comes up on their YouTube channel as well.
Oh, so it's not actually live?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do a live stream because they've already done the article from what I understand. And and I've also heard that they're impressed by a lot by it, but I'm just not sure of everything that was written in there. And I'm not sure because they usually do videos to accompany that stuff, but I don't know if they were allowed to actually show stuff or if maybe Microsoft, like you said, gave them permission to use certain stuff or whatever. But I don't know. It's we're so close to it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just as excited as you guys.
You know why they're so impressed, Crap? because they've been hearing all the bullshit for almost a year now, right? From the Sony camp.
Yeah. And
that's these Sony fanboys. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about because they're not really tech people, generally speaking. So they say that it's going to be just another Pro, which, there's a reason I made the video why it's not just an Xbox One Pro. And, they just don't know what they're talking about. So they've been listening to that, and now they're just surprised that it is, exactly what it should be at 6 teraflops.
Yeah, I agree. GKB, you've been kind of quiet. What do you got, man? What do you feel?
I don't know. Honestly, I hope they do hit a lot of the points, like I was saying before, to get rid of all the doubt and all that kind of stuff, and really dive into some of the games. I don't know if there's going to be any new games. Like Forza 7 would probably be the only one that would be new. Maybe Shadow of Mordor. But yeah, I really want them to dive into the whole tech specs, like what's in it, architecture, all that kind of stuff. For me personally, because I'm a tech guy, I like that kind of stuff and I dig it. But yeah, I honestly, any news at this point that's the confirmation of whatever Microsoft's been talking about is good news to me, man. So I'm all for it. I can't wait for it. So
were you surprised about the Digital Foundry aspect of them actually doing that?
Yeah, because it's just, like I said, it's their biggest critic over the last few years, and like I said, they have brass balls to go out to them and being like, hey, we're going to give you the exclusives. And I agree with Dealer, it shows confidence in what they have, and I think everybody's going to be really impressed, and I think it's going to be a good day for Xbox fans tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. What about you, Noof? What do you think, man? What are your thoughts on what we're going to see?
Pretty simple. We're going to hear all about the guts, but we ain't going to see the butts tomorrow, man. It's just going to be details, raw info. We're going to find out what's underneath the hood of this son of a bitch, and it's going to lay a lot of things to rest, including a lot of doubts and all that speculation. It's going to be real nice just to at least know which type of CPU, GPU they're actually going to run with this thing, and have a clearer picture. You never know. Maybe they'll even have a possibility of saying, hey, we're going to do an official unveiling of Scorpio at another time, press juncture prior to E3. But I don't think we're going to see any footage. I mean, possibly you might see like a picture or something like that, but I don't think I think they'll record plenty of it, but I don't think we're going to see much tomorrow. They're going to leave that for E3. So again, just specifications, but you know what? After all of this time, all the speculation, all the videos, it's going to be a good thing, man. It's pretty exciting. And, you know, if it leads up to being anything like we're all kind of thinking that it's going to be, fuck, this is going to be a really cool console. And hopefully they just nail the price. That's really the only thing that they have to figure out. And I know it's going to be a little pricey, but as long as it's somewhere in that ballpark, you know, something that most average person can still go out and buy if they really wanted to.
You know, the other thing, they could show a lot of games on this thing. Actually, we got Gears 4, for instance, right?
Yeah,
they could just flat out.
Actually, you know what they might show?
High Ultra, right, or Ultra, and people would be blown away, right?
We've been hearing that they might show what's that Recore, the 4K version or whatever. Because remember that
I would use a different game than Recore, but yeah, I mean,
I would too.
They got plenty of stuff that's been built for UWP already that they could use.
Yeah,
and it wouldn't necessarily compromise anything, right? So, and I'm getting questions on Twitter, crap. Go ahead and let the people know what time the stream stuff's going on at each time zone and stuff.
9 a.m.
Well, each time zone.
He's like, what's the time zone?
9 a.m. Eastern. 9 a.m. Eastern, and you guys can work it out from there with your fancy
9 a.m. Eastern time, so that'd be 8 a.m. Central, and what fucking 6
a.m.
Okay, guys, you guys are battering it. It's 2 p.m. UK.
I got drool coming out of my mouth.
6 a.m. Pacific and 9 a.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the other thing about like tomorrow's like reveal. The more they talk about, you know, the text and what it can do and all that kind of stuff tomorrow, the less we're going to have to hear at E3, and it could be more about the games. So that's really what I'm excited for as far as tomorrow goes, because it's going to lead into E3, and then they can really dive into like what Phil was saying about like spending more time on games and all that kind of stuff, which is really super awesome.
It's a good point.
Yeah, the games again are going to have to be there. I think that, you know, this is going to be really good for us as Xbox fans, like I said, because we're finally getting through that murky kind of nonsense. And I think that the salt levels are extremely high on the other side. But it's like, you know what? You try to even explain this, right? Like, even if you have a PS4 Pro and you're an Xbox dude, you're going to play your games on Xbox, even though it might not be technically as good. If you're a PlayStation dude, even if you have a Scorpio, that doesn't diminish your PlayStation. You can still have fun on your PlayStation, right? Just because it doesn't look as good or whatever. Like, I will never understand that mentality. And even as I'm sitting here with the weaker console now, but I still play my games on it, and it's fine. You know, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. It doesn't diminish the PlayStation 4. I guess I don't understand that line of thinking from the PlayStation fans.
Well, that's common sense crap, and that's why there's a big disconnect there. So,
yeah, you know what? That's my bad for thinking that a lot of them had
common logic, bro.
Excuse me. Yes. And hey, shout out to all you guys watching, 750, 60, something, whatever. Hit that like button. We got, let's see, we got Luke out there. I seen Def Jam Bam. We got Try Hard Fan and somebody's name who I don't know how to pronounce that. What's up, bro? Well, that's my man right there.
Well, not today, but what's up?
What's up, Dirty J?
Let me just break it down for the average fan out there. At the end of E3, no matter what console you own, you're going to get some fantastic games. And no matter if it's the base model Xbox One or the PS4, they're still going to look pretty damn good. But if you are lucky enough and fortunate enough to own the Scorpio, finally, you are going to have the best fucking version on the Xbox platform, bar none. And it's going to put a big rest to all of this power narrative bullshit that constant fanboys have been plaguing us with for three years.
Hey, Noof, I'll play the devil's advocate, though, and I will say it's a little different this time because you're not just getting, you know, a bump from 900 to 1080p, right? Which has kind of been the general difference between the two. There's going to be a massive difference in texture quality, possibly the amount of frames you can get on games. So you might have more options for 60 FPS. On Destiny 2, for instance, might not have a 60 FPS on one platform, and it might on the other, right? So there's definitely going to be a bigger disparity than there's ever been, in history when it comes to consoles. But if you like your platform, like Crap said, we've been playing on the X1. Even though, you know, most of us got gaming PCs, we still play on consoles and our preferred console, you know, so just play what you like.
That's right.
Yeah.
And for all you pervert ponies, that means porno is going to look even better on the Xbox.
Well, yeah. I mean, come on, that's a given right there as well. Like let me ask you guys this. I don't know if you guys follow. There's this quote unquote insider. Although he did break this stuff after I did, Shinobi. Anyway, the whole Scorpio thing, right? And he even said today, and I guess a lot of people take him as being super credible or whatever, that he looks like he's going to be playing all his multi-plats on Scorpio.
Yeah.
You know, like this is a thing that I did, and I did a video about it saying that, you know, a lot of people, maybe not the hardcore fanboys, right? But the gamers, like there's people that will play on a PlayStation 4 Pro because it looks better or maybe it performs better, right? Those are just gamers. They're not really brand loyalists. They're going to get a Scorpio because the games are going to play better. They're going to look better. That's just where they're going to go. And that's just going to be the fact of the matter. You know, the PS4 is going to be relegated to an exclusive machine for a lot of people. And I think that a lot of people are having trouble with that thought and that idea because of the whole power narrative. And now the narrative has changed to where, oh no, power never mattered. It was never about that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It mattered from the get-go. Rise was slammed for being 900p, and Killzone was propped up because it was 1080p, and it was a lie. The whole fight this generation over resolution was based off a lie to begin with, which was Killzone, when Yoshida's like, we have Killzone, and it's 1080p, and it makes you a better gamer. And that turned out to be a whole crock of shit.
Yeah, you know, when you said an exclusives machine, it is like an epiphany. It's like you know, people act like it's all about the. If that were the case, you'd have a Nintendo right now, right? If it was all about the games, right? Unless it was about both first and third party. So basically, if you're being relegated to the exclusive machine, play your Sony exclusives, but that's why you didn't just stick to a Wii U, right? You had no third party support, or it had the worst versions, right? So of course you're going to go to your Wii U for exclusives when it was new, and everything else for the multiplats. You'll see a lot of people doing the exact same thing with the Pro and the Scorpio. Yeah,
I agree 100%. Man, 800 watching. Holy shit.
Yeah,
what's
awesome.
up, guys? That's what
Hit that like button,
man. Hit that like button. Let's rack up those likes. Let's go for a lot of likes. Pretend that Mooch is here and you guys are hitting that like button for Mooch. Because that's what he'd want. I told him, I was like, dude, you should pop in for a minute. Just say, "Como estás, bitches," and then leave or something. And he was like, man, maybe when I'm not on 3 hours sleep. And I was like, all right, dude, good deal. I was like, hey, Mooch, can I get you on for about 5 minutes just to say hi? And then he was like, maybe if you pay the Patreon fee.
You know, I saw your Patreon thing, and I'm like, wow, I guess you won't be coming to the console corner anymore. We have to pay $50 just to get him on now.
To be fair, look, we changed that stuff around. We're new to that, so we asked people, we're like, what would you like to see? And then to be fair, I changed stuff around. We changed stuff around on there and lowered everything. Just because it's more about us trying to interact more with people than anything else, like anybody trying to make negative out of that. But yeah, so it is cool. Let me ask you guys something that I really kind of wanted to know from you guys, because I'm not sure if you guys have weighed in on this. Is Xbox Scorpio and Xbox One to you guys? Is it next generation? Like, what is your thoughts? Because I've gotten some discussions, like the PlayStation fans, they actually, to make themselves feel better, say it's a next-gen console. Like, if you guys think that, that's fine, but they're saying it's a next-gen console, right? And to me, next-gen consoles, regardless of power, like the Switch, even, that's Nintendo's next-gen console. It might not be more powerful than the current stuff, but it's still their next-gen console. Is playing its own games and stuff like that. To me, Scorpio is going to be playing Xbox One games, not, you know what I mean? Like, that means a lot. It's going to count on the NPD of Xbox One. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's not, to me, a next-gen console, but that's just me.
It's an iteration of what we currently have. It's not next-gen. It's basically an upgraded iteration of what we already have. We have an Xbox One. People can still play their original Xbox Ones or their Slims, basically for as long as the life as this is going to be, pretty much, for the whole thing.
And I can guarantee you, they're going to keep the Xbox One name. It will be in that name. I'm almost positive that it'll be Xbox One something or another.
1,000%. They're not changing that
because they don't want to change the identity, right? That they're not trying to start, like I said, the next gen wave. This is just an extension of the brand. It's a way to reintroduce hype. It's a way to maybe get back in the game a little bit. And again, those people that were riding the fence and always said I didn't buy the Xbox because it's having trouble doing 1080p. Well,
know, they could stick that right up their Johnny A-hole right now and fucking get on board with the fucking Scorpio. You know?
It really doesn't matter if 20 million of those guys come out and say it's a next-gen console. The fact that the head of Xbox says it's not, and not only that, it's forward and backwards compatible, meaning never before could you play new generation games on an old machine, right? Mm-hmm. Because it was truly next generation. It was doing things the old one couldn't do. It had a whole different architecture. This thing is forwards and backwards compatible for a reason. It is an Xbox One. It's been confirmed as an Xbox One. I'm not sure why people are still carrying this around when it's been confirmed.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of other things too. Like console owners have been like really with the 360. You know, it's just been around for 10 years and all that kind of stuff. And now we're getting back into the more 3 to 4 year kind of a thing. But PC's been doing this for the longest time. Like it's just an iteration. Like you're just upgrading things, and that's kind of what it is to me. Because on the PC, you see all the graphics changing all the time. You're changing graphics card, and that's kind of what the console is. And people are just going to take time to get used to that fact. And when people just see this big jump from one or the other, just oh, it's next gen. Nah, really, it's just an upgrade.
And you mentioned PC. That's actually something good to bring up too at this particular moment, because people will say, well, it'll be held back and we covered this. It's going to be using PC assets. It'll detect if you have a Scorpio and you'll be able to download those assets automatically. Mm-hmm. And secondly, PC has a much wider hardware disparity when it comes to GPUs, CPUs. Everything's different on PC, right? And they're still able to compensate and actually give the best of the best what they paid for, while scaling all the way down to sub 720, sub 30 FPS low settings on games like Fallout 4 on PC, right? So obviously they can do it on PC. They can do it on console even easier, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just, for me, I just thought that was kind of a non-issue, because I'm like, look, eventually the PS5 will release. Like Sony is going to be more traditional with it, and they'll come out with a straight up PS5 at some point, probably in 2020 or something. And Microsoft will have to counter that, with a straight up, and it's not going to be Xbox 2, but Xbox whatever the hell it's going to be,
Yeah, I mean, and they will. They broke the mold too. I mean, they came out with the Pro. Yeah, it's not as powerful and all that kind of stuff, but they kind of did it too. I think even the PS5, I think they're going to try and do the forwards backwards compatibility too, even on the PS5, and it's just going to be an upgrade as well. I think generational things is an old way of thinking about consoles. Yeah, and I think the industry is moving on past that now.
Yeah, the generational thing died out once they started stopped flip flopping around for architecture to architecture. You're not using PowerPC or Cell or completely custom chips with completely custom architectures. I mean, everything's using x86 64. Yeah. Everything is at this point now everything's going to be a generational upgrade. Even the PlayStation 5, just like GKB said, I mean, he's absolutely right. It's just going to be basically a generational upgrade with a 5 slapped on the end.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it too, it's just guys just so traditional. You've seen it with the digital and physical, right? I want physical. You ain't taking that shit from me. And then the next week they're fucking all digital. It's just one of those things. It's just gonna take a minute.
Yeah.
People
that happened.
Hey, to be fair, I was listening to the news yesterday on Console Corner, and that dude's got CDs out the ass apparently. And he's like, I want to play my CDs on my Xbox One, and you can't. I'm pissed off about that.
I thought that was Cletus talking for a minute.
But no, I can totally dig it, right? Because this I'm all about physical stuff mostly, but lately I've been buying more digital stuff. I bought Horizon Zero Dawn digitally. I buy most of the games digitally on Xbox One now, just because it's easier, and I can just put the games on my hard drive or whatever. Even when Rise came out, even though I already had that physically, I downloaded it. I had deleted it at one point, and then I re-downloaded it when it was free. With Games with Gold, just to have it, and I'm gonna hop on there obviously and mess around a little bit with it. But I'm a huge physical person. I've got a bunch of CDs too, but I just thought that was interesting. I thought that was funny when I was listening to that yesterday, and Noof was like, I can't even play my CDs, and I thought that was fucking hilarious.
You can't play your CDs though, can't you? On Xbox?
Not on the PlayStation, no. And
on the PlayStation.
PS4, you can't. No, all you can do is just download Spotify or whatever. That's it. You can't put a physical medium in and it'll play. It doesn't.
I got a bunch of CDs too. I'd like to be able to rip those to the hard drive again. That'd be
I
nice.
crank up my fucking stereo, pop a CD in, man. I go around the house, do my chores and shit, and it's fucking awesome. I got a big ass collection here, and to have to take them all and burn them to a hard drive and all that fucking shit, that's just too tedious. So it works for me, man. It takes me a couple of seconds, I'm ready to roll, and it's just one more feature that the other guy doesn't have, but nobody ever really talks about that, It's still there. It's still a feature. It's still something that's an advantage for Xbox. And a lot of people too. This is one thing I've had people ask me before, especially when I used to sell video games and stuff. People say, like, why is the Xbox? How come they don't have a conventional naming system? Like, why is that? And I said it's pretty simple, because the Xbox didn't exist when the PlayStation existed. So PlayStation was already on number 2 when Microsoft first came out with the Xbox, right? So basically, when they came up with another iteration, which was 360, like, you can't have then the PS3 and then it would be the Xbox 2, because people would walk into a store and automatically assume that the Xbox 2, should it have been called, would be fucking a shittier system, right? So that's why they got away from the conventional naming system, because they were already one generation behind, so to speak, and that's what people don't get. So that's why they never fell into the loop of Xbox One, Xbox 2, Xbox 3.
Yeah. So I remember hearing that story from some executive. Who was that?
Yeah,
that's actually true.
Probably Seamus Blackley, I think.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with cell phones too, right? Like, you notice everything that comes out in a generation, it's like the iPhone 6, the LG G6, the Galaxy S6. It's like all this stuff. They try to
stuff.
They try to get this stuff so that people aren't, because people are. I mean, let's be honest. A lot of general consumers are going in. They're pretty tech stupid. So they're like, oh well, this is
stupid.
They're like me.
Bigger than 5.
Exactly. It's amazing what a couple of numbers will fucking do to somebody, But the only difference is with a console, higher the number, usually the better machine it is.
I call the next Xbox One 32,000. Then fuck that.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
Way ahead.
That's why I never understood the whole fucking Xbox One thing. Like, a lot of people made fun of that at first or whatever, and like they didn't get it. It was like the all-in-one or whatever. It was a stupid fucking thing, but it should have been called Xbox something.
I'm right there with you. I was
thank
like,
God.
Are they kidding? Are they kidding? When I
Thank
first
God
heard
they
that.
named the Xbox 720 though. Oh my God! Imagine if they had done that. Jeez, you think Xbone is bad?
All over.
Doesn't that kind of
you
defeat the purpose though of what Noof just said? The fact that they called it the Xbox One, that kind of puts it below the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, but they didn't call it one with a number. Like, it's one, and obviously they explained why they call it one, because it's supposed to be one thing.
All in one.
No, I understand that point. I'm just saying, but anyone who walks in, they're not going to look at it because it says a number or the word. They're going to see Xbox One. That's the only thing I was pointing out.
If I guarantee you there was at least one stupid lady or man somewhere that went into a store and did not buy an Xbox One because they looked at that and that's exactly what they thought. Xbox One and they're on PS4? Oh, I'm not buying the one. That thing's got to be shit.
Then again, though, Cletus probably went in there and bought. He said, "I could count to 1." Yeah, you bought one.
I got one.
He probably didn't, because I'm sure his internet probably runs off of potatoes. So
I got a rabbit wire hooked up to the ceiling, and that's what I got going on. I get electrocuted trying to hook the fucking thing up, but that's all right. I got 4 Xbox Ones, 4 of them equals 1 police station. It's all good.
Microsoft have learned a lot this generation. That they had to go through this to become the company they are today. It was all for the best in the end.
Yeah, well, what was funny about the name, right? Like, I remember early on, there was some store was doing advertisements for the Xbox One, and they had the original Xbox on there. What the hell is that?
What the heck?
Oh, it's the soft serve. It's soft serve. The man with $1 million. He's can't go to E3 this year, but he did get to smell Jessica Jobot last year, and he said she smelled good.
He's like, I ain't taken a shower since. Oh yeah.
I haven't watched that arm that got the drape around her. You know what I'm saying?
They're like, Red, you're gonna stand there and shut up. You're like, yes.
Pretty much. You're gonna get out there. You're gonna look at Phil and don't say a goddamn word. Look at the camera. Look at Phil. Don't say anything.
Like, all right, you're looking at Phil too much. Look away.
Yes, you're scaring Phil. Stop looking at Phil. You're scaring him. Hey Rand, so what do you think about the reveal tomorrow? What do you think we're gonna see? Like, obviously, because we were talking about this a little bit earlier, and since you just got in here, as far as we're not gonna get a price, we're probably not gonna see the box, but what do you think we're gonna see or hear?
Well, so another publication has the rights to show off the box.
Oh,
which would be shown off close. Oh, no, yeah, another publication has the rights to show off the box, which they are holding closer to E3. So you'll see the box before E3, but it won't be Eurogamer or Digital Foundry. If I had to guess, it'd be either Game Informer or IGN. Probably Game Informer. Probably a cover article, like for Game Informer, like a monthly thing.
Huh. So you think there's gonna, or maybe you know that there's gonna be not only this one that's gonna be the specs, but then there's gonna be one that is going to actually have the box.
So tomorrow, what I know is you're going to get multiple articles about this, and there's going to be multiple videos. Yeah, you're going to get multiple articles from Digital Foundry. You're going to get multiple videos as well. I don't know what's in the videos. I don't know if they're showing off games. I don't know if they're going to show off Forza. What I do know is there ain't going to be no Red Dead Redemption 2 or Splinter Cell or Star Wars Battlefront at that thing. So keep your expectations in check.
Yeah, but I mean, they could.
Was that a shot towards us?
Yeah.
No, not.
I mean, did anybody say that they would show it off tomorrow?
Yes.
Those games off tomorrow?
Yes. I made the video today because I read through the 90 pages on NeoGAF, and there are people convinced Red Dead Redemption 2 was going to be shown off tomorrow.
I think people actually going around thinking this is like a full-on stage reveal too. That's the problem. So when we say like that they have plans to show off Battlefront 2 and Red Dead and all that, they think that it's happening tomorrow. Is what I'm thinking is happening.
Yeah. I don't think that we're going to be revealed any games tomorrow that we don't already know about, but they probably will be like, hey, we ran Gears 4 at native 4K. We ran maybe Forza Apex at native 4K. We ran, you know what I mean, this Recore at native 4K, Quantum Break or what, you know what I mean? I think that they probably ran those games. I mean, do you think they'd let them test the games for the 4K-ness?
I don't know how much I can say, but let's just say there will be a lot of crow served tomorrow. Tons of it.
Crow.
Because
Sony guys don't need to buy any food for like a week.
Yeah. Are you saying that there's going to be an egg on the face?
I sent this to Crap earlier. I said, Scorpio is legit as fuck.
Yeah, I know it is.
So, I mean, I know, but
I know. I've been, we've been telling people this for over a year.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
what Rand is trying to say to all you lame asses out there, there's no gonna be no chicken wings for you tomorrow. It's gonna be all crow.
Yeah.
For anybody doubting that most games on the system, a vast majority of games on Scorpio are going to hit 4K, they're going to be disappointed because they will. They absolutely 100% will. Not every game, but the vast majority. Yeah. And for those who think there's no way Scorpio can do 4K 60, it can.
Yep.
Not every game, certain games, but it will. But yeah,
and not at low settings either.
Yeah, because I got sent some of the info today, and it's a beast, dude. Like, they ain't fucking around. They ain't fucking around, Crap. Microsoft is not fucking around with the power stuff anymore. They
said, fuck this shit. We'll pop in the trunk.
So what you're saying is we can lock this in, Rand.
We're locking it in. Rand Althor, the man with the million, says it's a fucking beast. There's going to be crow to be had. The only things on the menu for Sony fanboys is crow and egg, and the egg has to go in your face. You heard it here first.
So Rand, what I need from you is I need you to dress up in some chainmail and get a mace and shit, and you're gonna go to all of my videos and beat the shit out of all these trolls that ever said anything to me about I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. That's what I want. Can you do that?
Well, Rand, let me ask you something. So we're gonna see multiple articles tomorrow, or just in the upcoming days?
Tomorrow. There'll be multiple articles tomorrow. I know of at least 2.
And none of them are gonna have price, right? Like,
no,
that's
price
not
is being held to.
Okay.
Price is being held to E3.
Okay. And like, what's your thoughts on? Because you know some people. Like, what's your thoughts on the fact that, like, I'm watching the IGNs, and I'm looking at IGNs and GameSpot. None of them are covering this reveal tomorrow. Like, none of them are saying, "Hey, there's this reveal coming." Is that like? Do you think they're pissy?
They might be pissy. They might be pissy because publications like this all vie for that info. They all vie for the exclusive because tomorrow at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m., everybody's going to be tuned into Digital Foundry and Eurogamer, and they are going to get clicks out the ass. They're going to get cited out the ass. They're, if they have videos up, which I think they will, they're going to get views out the ass. So yeah, I think IGN and the GameSpots and stuff are probably disappointed and upset that they didn't get the exclusive. So they're not talking about it because essentially they would be promoting someone else's content, and that's not what they're about.
Yeah.
What's your rationale?
Now they're going to be
why
blocking.
you think that Eurogamer even got the exclusive? Why does it have to be exclusive in the first place?
Why does it have to be exclusive?
Yeah, I understand that they have Digital Foundry is a branch of Eurogamer. I understand that, but why would it have to be exclusive? Like, Digital Foundry would jump at the chance to just even get their hands on this thing anyway. Why did it have to be an exclusive deal for Eurogamer?
I don't know. You'd have to talk to the people who made those deals.
It could be money, or there's a trade-off somewhere. You know what I mean?
Microsoft don't need the money.
Yeah, well, probably because Digital Foundry is the authority on like the tech stuff. So, and also we all know that they've basically bashed Microsoft and the Xbox One a lot this generation. So if you get them on your side, then people might like, although again, the tinfoil hats have come out and said that, you know, Microsoft's paying them off, but you know, I mean, if you can get that, they're saying
No, they are
but
fucking sad,
but
man.
if you're Microsoft and you've lost the power narrative the entire gen, and finally you have a system that is way beyond PS4, way beyond PS4 Pro, that's going to play multi-platforms at a level the PS4 Pro can't even do, who are you going to go to? You're going to go to Digital Foundry, especially for spec stuff.
Yeah.
Because they're going to just look at it from that perspective and give, hopefully, an unbiased look at it. Like, okay, it's running this and it's running that. It can do this. It can do that. And if you can turn that, and it makes a big deal for a lot of these people, because I see people going crazy already. I see people going nuts, being like, am I about to like buy all my multiplats on the Scorpio now? Like,
yes, you are.
Yeah.
Serious. It's
So what kind of comparisons do you think we're going to see moving forward? Do you think it's going to be constantly now Scorpio judged against really fucking high-end PCs?
I don't know about really high-end PCs, but I mean, I don't think there's any comparison from what I've seen, between Pro and Scorpio at all.
They didn't bother giving a shit when they were comparing Pro to the X1S, so they shouldn't change a damn thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be interesting going forward though, because like GKB, you saw that guy who was saying, oh well, they're just going to do parity. Everything will be parity on both. And
what are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, like I said the same thing. I'm like, look, I know for a fact because Jez had the article and I heard the same thing, and we all had to share the list. We talked about it here for a couple of weeks that these leaked 4K native games have come out, and I'm like, look, Battlefront 2 ain't gonna be native 4K on the fucking Pro. Red Dead 2 ain't gonna be native 4K on the Pro. Call of Duty ain't gonna be native 4K on the Pro. You know what I mean? Like, that's not fucking parity. Like, developers, you want to show off their best shit. You know,
Developers.
yeah, exactly. Now you might see some mid-level stuff, maybe. I don't know, but I think that we're gonna see the majority of developers want to get their shit shown off on the best possible way, on the best possible light, and that's going to be with the Scorpio. And then, like you said, Ran, like I talked about it earlier, that when you got that dude Shinobi, who's a notorious PlayStation dude,
he's not that.
He's going to switch.
He was a 360 guy last gen. He switched like a lot of people did because the PS4 was cheaper and had better performance. But yeah, I mean, he said that he's switching back because the Scorpio will offer better performance. And I see people saying in chat that I wasn't this hyped before or for the system and stuff. It's because, which is true. I mean, I've always anticipated Scorpio, right? But I always had my doubts. I always kind of like kept my expectations in check. But I've seen some stuff, and now I'm hyped. So take that as what you will.
You've seen a lot of things, and now it's deep seated into your mind.
Yeah, now that 4K HDR TV purchase was justified. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I say. It'll be common to have 4K 30 on AAA games at high settings easily on Scorpio, and you'll even get 4K 60. I mean, it's going to be a thing.
Yeah. Well, I can still remember people saying 1080p was a thing. I remember that. Who's that Altano guy from IGN? When the PS4 and Xbox One launched, and he goes, yeah, so I was playing Assassin's Creed 4, and let me say, 1080p is a thing. You know what I mean? Like, everybody was making a big deal out of it, and now people are quick to cover up. Oh, no, that was always the Xbox fan. Resolution Gate was Xbox fans that brought that up, you know? Like, oh, that's fucking funny. I don't ever remember saying Resolution Gate or any of that bullshit. To me, and you can go look at the articles. It's not like that fucking they've taken them down. The articles are all still up. The GameSpots, the IGNs, with the fucking guy holding the 900p versus the 1080p one with the derp face, right? Yeah. Like, that's fucking legit stuff. And that happened. And now people act like this shit didn't happen. And I just like stand there and laugh because that shit did happen, and then they expect, and then you know what we hear now, right? This is what I hear now. Crap, be nice. We shouldn't sink to their level. Crap, we shouldn't do this. Crap, we shouldn't say that. We should. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you like just let people shit on your plate for 3 years and not give it back? Fuck that. You sometimes got to go back and smack a person. You know what I mean? And that's what you got to look. They fucking talk shit for 3 years. They had the better versions. They had this. They had that. Well, guess what? Now the only thing they're going to have is their sales. So hopefully that keeps them nice and warm at night while we have the best fucking versions, native 4K, the best controller, the best online network. We can fucking change our names online, right? Here it is, 2017, and they still can't even do that. So
I'm with you, man. I'm gonna give it back to him for a little bit, right? Yeah. At least joke around about it, because I'm telling you, it was rough. It was rough.
I'm gonna put in a petition here for Microsoft to allow the Scorpio logo to go into your gamer tag.
I'm gonna go sign that petition for PlayStation 5.
Yes, real quick.
You're gonna see a lot of backpedaling tomorrow, dude. You're gonna see a lot of backpedaling.
It's already happening, bro.
No, I mean because people still doubt what it can do. I mean, hell, I doubted, because I don't really believe everything I see at face value. Like Microsoft's like, oh, it's gonna do this and do this. I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, that you're trying to sell me a product, whatever. But then I saw the stuff and I'm like, okay, this is legit. Like, now it's time to get excited. And people are going to backpedal. They're going to be like, well, it may be 4K on a lot of games, but it's not going to be 4K 60, or it's not going to be Ultra, or it's not going to be this, and it's not going to be that.
If it is, it's going to be $600.
Right, or it's going to be $700, or, well, it doesn't got Nier Automata and Nier and Neo and stuff, so who wants an Xbox anyways? Or you can play all those games on PC or whatever. They'll come up with excuses after excuses after excuses.
What they don't know is this thing could draw in some PC crowd. Like, you're having a box that's very powerful, that's going to be probably cheap, cheap compared to things. I mean, even if it's the price of the Xbox One that was at launch, I mean, that's still relatively cheap for, native 4K gaming and all this stuff. You know what I mean? So I think that a lot of people, that could really be attractive to a lot of people that are looking forward to that. I love the fact that Microsoft has got back into the whole power narrative. People are going to try to change it. I refuse to let them change that narrative. People want to talk about exclusives now. Well, where were you talking about exclusives the first fucking 3 years of these console cycles, right? Like, come on. Yeah. Honestly, where the hell were you? Like, where were you? I would love to know. Where were you talking about Sony for the past 3 years when their holiday release was the last fucking chicken bird dog?
They were admitting that their shit was sparse, right?
Yeah.
Crap, I heard that the graphics are so good on Project Scorpio that fucking Solid Snake, he can't even sneak through a level anymore, because if he farts, he can see the particle effects in the air and catch them.
Oh.
We need to change Noof.
Crap gave you a pity laugh there, Noof.
I think I can I can hear, and feel She-Wolf rolling her eyes right now.
Yeah, I know. I assume that's what I'm doing. That I'm rolling my eyes.
Because you're negative.
She's drinking G Fuel.
Because I watched.
No, it's not G Fuel. It's C4 Nitro or something.
You got C4. You got pre-workout for the gym to review.
It's because it's their gaming one. They're trying to get into the whole gaming aspect of things. So. Yep.
Because I watch Console Corner and I can definitely notice when you roll your eyes. So
well, yeah, because she's on the fucking camera,
exactly. So now I'm just, I could just picture you doing it right now.
Well, yeah, because it's usually when Noof says something too.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I actually find Cletus is funny because he's like a horrible redneck.
he wears most of my neighbors
aggressively.
Yes. So what are you guys' thoughts about that? The PS4 fans created a petition for a PS5. I mean, are there people really out there that are that
Yes, there are.
sad about
Yeah. You're on the internet every day. You should know this.
Yeah.
Here's the sad part.
Get fucking delayed. So what do you expect, right?
Yeah. The sad part is that there are more analysts saying that it won't come until 2020 than any other year. So, they're going to bring up one analyst that says 2018. Not happening. 2019 is the absolute earliest, and even that's a stretch. 2020, most likely.
Yeah, I agree. Because, first of all, Sony, they're winning anyway. I mean, to them, they're probably, keeping an eyebrow raised at what Microsoft is doing. But when you've got 60 million or whatever it is they're claiming to have sold, allegedly, by the way.
Oh man,
and
no, last reports I heard is 120 million sold.
You shut up.
That Expo's only got 7 million.
That was last
million
week. Now it's up to 300 million now. So.
Oh damn, yeah,
300
right.
million. 300
and
million.
there's also
damn,
another
man.
petition for it to go up to 800 million. So.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll sign that one.
For every Xbox sold, Microsoft actually negatives for sales. So.
Yeah.
For every Xbox sold, an angel loses its wings.
I know Record
Yes.
Definitive Edition is going to turn this whole thing around. So
It is, man. I'm excited. I'm going to buy that game for a third time.
4K 60. I think it'll be done.
Somebody's got to
Maybe
buy.
I
I think you're just going to get an update, right? Like if you have it digitally or whatever, they should just update it if you have
They
Scorpio.
better fucking update it.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying that shit again. Again, I already bought it twice or three times. I bought it physically. I bought it physically. Hellheimer bought it physically. Then Hellheimer bought it digitally. And since we game share, then we both had it. But yeah.
Well, I bought the digital copy because it was on sale, and I wanted the PC copy too. That was actually why I bought it.
Yeah. Even though he never plays PC ever.
Oh, I play PC all the time.
Never. He never plays PC ever.
I played through about over 60% of Forza Horizon 3 on PC, actually.
He never plays
I don't
PC,
really play
folks.
PC much either.
Never plays it. Okay, so what about this rumor real quick about Scorpio? They say it's going to be slightly smaller than the Xbox One S.
Not buying it,
some
man.
kind of
Yeah, I'm not buying
some
that.
kind of cooling thing. Well, I mean, like again, this was something that was I think Jez reported on that. So I mean,
I don't know, man. It's hard to believe.
Like, what's slightly smaller mean? Like,
Jez is a cool dude and stuff. I think he said he wouldn't be surprised, is what he said. I think so.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just a lot. You know, the S is already really damn small, and you know they're going to need at least some kind of horizontal fan similar to the S to help that kind of heat escape.
Yeah,
so I think it'll look very similar size probably.
Yeah, putting that much power into a box much smaller than that's just asking for trouble. I mean, it doesn't matter what you put in that thing unless it's a water cooling system, which is inherently expensive.
And not to mention, it's going to need a bigger power supply than the S does. So that's itself, you can't change that, and that's going to be internal. So the box isn't going to shrink because of that.
But technically, even if it's like just a half an inch smaller than the S, it can still be called smaller than the S.
It might be slimmer, but I think it'll be longer. It'll make up for that in some other way, right? Much like the Pro.
But they can still claim it though as smaller, regardless of like we have to look at like hard drives and everything else that are built nowadays. There's so many other things that are put into like compact, and we sit there and think that everything has to be built so big because of what's in it. But people with technology nowadays have progressed so far that they can make things smaller in a smaller box.
Well, we know that, She-Wolf.
Well, clearly,
the problem is,
I don't know. Are you sure? Because you guys are all talking like
no,
it's
but
not
I mean, we
possible
know
to be any
about
smaller.
this thing. You're not going to shrink the power supply. That's just a fact.
Yeah,
right. They just shrunk the power supply last year. They're not going to shrink it smaller than the current one and go almost 5x boost in power. Not happening.
No, but what if they shrink other things? Like
there's not much more to shrink on it, though. To be honest,
Right.
like it's
pretty.
I know. Okay.
Unless they have a disk
Here's
drive free version, right? Then they could shrink it, right? So.
I know that it is either the same size as the S or smaller.
Yeah,
100% fact.
wow.
Very
Hold on. So what you're saying is Crap was right. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying.
Right.
I've heard this from
Wouldn't that be like
people.
Jez is right, not Crap?
No.
Jez is right, but
saying.
look, it's not just that.
Damn.
I'm just saying one of the things about Scorpio is that it's going to be the same size as the S. I've heard smaller.
The exact same
and that's-
size or smaller.
Smaller, yes, and that because of this new advanced fucking coolant system they have in the system makes it possible for it to be smaller than the S. I've heard that from I don't know.
So you think they're using a similar fan system to the PS4 Pro then, with some kind of ventricle type shit going on, not just a big 60 millimeter fan?
or similar to what they have at like say the Surface.
That's what Jez posted yesterday. He's like, "Look, this is the."
I haven't even read the article, to be honest.
I think it'll be a similar size, like I said before. I don't think.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think it's going to be like super small, like when you hear smaller than something, you're just like, oh man, it's going to be like a bunch. No,
well, that's why I said it could be like half an inch, and that's still technically smaller. So
yes, that is a great point.
I think it'll be thinner and maybe a little longer. That's just my opinion. That's all I'm saying.
What about girth? You know the ladies like that girth. Scorpio going to give them that girth or what?
It's going to be
because it's just not about length, you know.
Stop talking about my penis.
Can we at least confirm it isn't going to be two Xbox One S's glued on top of each other? Then
that would be so cool.
Dealer, let me ask you a question. So if Digital Foundry comes out tomorrow and they talk about this stuff, and then they say we've seen the box. It's smaller than the Xbox One S, and it's way more powerful. What would you say?
Cool.
Like I said, if it's skinnier, kind of like more like the PS4, how it's just a thinner device, but it's kind of longer and a little wider in certain areas, I wouldn't be too surprised. But if it's just flat out smaller in every way, I would be very surprised.
The other thing too is that even with the power supply built in, though, when you really start to think about it, though. There's a lot of high-end gaming systems and stuff out there, 15-inch laptops and that kind of thing that have like 1060s, 1070s in them, and they're running in a small form.
Yeah, but they're still pretty thick.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we know it's not going to look like a fucking Lego version of a fucking Big Mac.
It's going to look phenomenal. Like I said, I think it's going to look very similar, and it's going to be a similar size. That's what I've always said.
It's going to look similar because it's an Xbox One.
Yeah,
and they're trying to get that point across, right? And hopefully they don't just stack that shit on top of each other like the Pro, because that shit's lame. You know what I mean?
Super glue, Cletus.
Yeah,
I'm still getting that shit. I don't care, bro.
We got some duct tape. Oh, dude, I'm there too. Like everyone here is obviously going to get that shit. We're the demographic for this for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
Oh yeah.
I'm also starting to think it's not going to be $400.
No.
Yeah,
are you saying that like for higher or lower?
I mean, way higher.
It's gonna be like.
Whoa!
I still think it's gonna be like $499.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if there's a base model for $500 and then a mother model for $600.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
Yeah, $500. I'm fully prepared to pay five.
That's what we were saying. It'll be around $450, go up or down either way.
That's tough. I mean, $150 price gap between Pro and Scorpio. That's a tough sell. That's a very tough
for
sell.
Competition. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well,
hey, those things Pro won't. So
you know what might be a good sell though is when we start getting multi-platform games at 60 on the Pro, and they're only 30 on 30 on the Pro and 60 on Scorpio.
Exactly.
Because there was a couple of games that did that on PS4 as opposed to Xbox One. What the hell is that one game where Murdered Soul Suspect? That's 60 FPS on PS4, but only 30.
Well, they locked it. That's why. It would have been more around 45, 50 sometimes on X1, but they locked it.
Yes. Same thing with the Tomb Raider reboot, the remaster of that.
Exact same thing.
They locked it at 30 and it was unlocked on PS4. And I remember everybody's like, it's 60 on PS4, but it was only about 44 or something like that.
Look up at a bird in the sky and go down a frame. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it was. But as far as I'm concerned, this is fucking like time to get hyped or whatever. Go ahead.
Will it allow us to hit 120 frames per second on Rainbow Six Siege?
I do also
I know that
think,
number's been greatly inflated, Hellhammer. It was more like 85.
I do also think, though, the fact that the Scorpio and the Pro came out pretty much a year apart will also give the Scorpio some benefits. Because like what you guys were saying earlier, when people walk in, they tend to want the newest thing. And for the fact that the Pro is already going to be a year old, they're going to say, oh, what's the newest system? And it's obviously going to be the Scorpio. So for anyone of right mind would be like, oh, hey, this is system that is going to have.
Oh, shit, it's $500 or $600. Oh, fuck, I'll take that Pro. That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah. give me that Pro.
You're bringing that bitch back to Walmart in the first 15 days because it'll be like, oh, shit, Destiny 2 is 60. I ain't playing this.
Hey, I'm just saying, man, like price point is like a big deal in fucking console market, man. Like if they can see they can get a similar performance and for a console person, I mean a casual person, like that's a big deal.
I will say though that the Pro compared to the X1S at $100 cheaper still did very well. So
absolutely.
So there are variables.
My thing.
Hey, I want to point out that I just tweeted out the Crapgamer is right was right t-shirts. Jay Williams designed for me.
And
already up on my
small
wall.
print. Jez was right.
No. This isn't about that. It's about other stuff too, man. Crapgamer was right. You don't see any Crapgamer was a dope shirts, do you?
They sold out
We're
of those
going
in
to
3
now.
minutes.
Fuck you, Hellhammer. You bastard.
I'm still like wondering what you were right on. That's what I keep.
Yeah,
you keep saying you're right.
Man, I was right about a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, like he figured out that he couldn't remember stuff because he didn't have any starbursts.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, come on. It's
No,
okay.
he did announce the 31st before anyone else.
Yes, I
about
did.
the event,
All by
right?
myself.
But you didn't
Yeah.
just predict that outright, and that's what GKB is
No.
going to come at you with. So I got to kind of play devil's advocate.
Well, he did say May.
I said a May reveal, like as far as an event.
Yeah, and that I think that'll still happen.
Yeah. Can't win them all though, GKB. But I can damn well try, can't I?
Yeah, you can,
mean,
bro.
come on.
Absolutely, go for it, man.
Yeah.
GKB's on that hate rate. Don't pay attention to him.
I'll totally not hate it, bro.
Well, see, the
No, man,
interesting
GG
part. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Noofer.
Well, I was going to say, part of this as well is going to come down to how the media decides they're going to play this up, okay? And that's meaning if they're going to start, all of a sudden they're going to stop doing those comparison videos and they're not going to throw the Scorpio versions in there. It's just going to be flat out all the time. You're just going to see footage of stuff running on the Pro, and they're going to shape that, to constantly still push the Sony platform. And you know what I mean? Like, so really we're going to really find out too how biased the media are now when they can't ignore the best version anymore because it is on Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to play a part. It's certainly going to play a part for people that don't know much about the console and are looking to buy one, as opposed to people that stay up to date.
Like, can't forget the whole last generation, though. They did the same thing, but for Xbox almost, It wasn't nearly as bad, obviously, because the hate wasn't there for the one. Like, 360 obviously was a very beloved system, but, the media preferred 360 last generation because it performed better. So we can't just not remember the past. It's only been 3 years. It ain't like they've been on top forever. Got to remember that.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's like, Scorpio is going to be revealed tomorrow, and God rays are going to come down and instantly. The game media is going to fucking change. That's just not going to happen tomorrow, guys. Like, I think it's going to be a great day for Xbox, but I think still Sony's got the market share. Shit's still going to be shown for Sony because they have the marketing deals and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's
pass me that haterade, bro.
I'm just being real, bro.
And the combat Scorpio, they're actually going to reveal their 2020 lineup.
You must have stolen my supply because I used to be the Xbox hater on this show. Now it seems like you've taken the mantle.
Yeah, GKB is the Xbox hater now. He absolutely.
She wolf too.
I ain't going to sit up here and blow smoke up people's
apparently I'm
asses,
just
bro.
negative about everything, not Xbox.
Well, look, here's the thing, right? Like, you want to keep things in check. I think that's understandable.
I mean, that's just reality in the fucking gaming industry right now. That's just how it is.
Well, here's the
I
thing,
just
right?
feel like people think we're overblowing shit because we've got PCs and we know what the performance can give you, and now people are just now believing because you got the same card as me, GKB. You fucking known what it can do all along, and we're getting more performance than that. And just because we say this a year in advance, people think we're blowing shit out of proportion and we're overhyping. It's like, no, it's just the fucking truth.
Yeah.
It's not a fair comparison for me because I got a 1080. So
No one gives a shit, though, Hammer. No one cares.
Troll hammer, fucking troll. Hey, so Xbox Scorpio, apparently they're saying the install speeds or games are much, much better. That to me is worthwhile of buying in and of itself because the games install so fucking slow on the Xbox One.
Physical. Who gives a fuck about physical? Digital all the way.
Physical,
I think Pro.
Who gives a
Pro
fuck
does a
about
good
physical?
job.
No, that's blasphemy, bitch.
So
Yeah,
Says the man who still buys CDs.
Hey, sometimes you want to get something for your money.
oh man,
I still buy CDs sometimes. Okay.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I do too. Well, no, I don't.
I think the
haven't
Pro
bought
does a
CD
good
yet.
job of installing games too. They did a good job with the Pro games.
I don't
installed
really
pretty
care
quick,
about the install times as much as there's anything.
Am I? I'm not the only. I'm like the only person that.
I'm not buying any more physical games, so it's like
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just can't get on board this fucking digital era. I know the convenience of it. I get it. You don't have to get up off your couch and get off your lazy ass and stick the disc in the fucking machine, and you can have it all pre-installed and ready to go before you fucking wake up your googly balls in the morning. But
But you also don't have to worry about like scratch discs or something like ruining or getting wrecked in the actual disk drive and everything else like that. There's a lot of benefits to having digital.
Yeah, there's less stress on your disk drive, so there's
Really,
less chance of
it
that
comes with you no matter where you go. That's the biggest one.
Right.
Yeah.
I just don't like being forced. I like the choice. I mean, obviously, you'd think the movie industry would have gone that way like ages ago because it's been around longer, but it still hasn't. There's still plenty of DVDs and Blu-rays out there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big
so why force the game industry to go that route?
But there's a big difference between the movie and game industry, right? Like, so like what changed my mind is when I sat down and thought about it one day. I was like, look, you put in a game. And a good percentage of games nowadays are online only or something similar. Or you put in the game in order to even play it, day one, the patch is 20 gigs. And once the servers go offline, you can't get the patch. Having that disc is basically useless anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I could see both arguments. I mean, like the whole tangible thing. Like to me, sometimes I just like to be able to have a, have like a physical thing. I also like collector's editions of stuff sometimes. So,
but even those are like even collector's editions are coming out now where the disc isn't even sold with it. It's literally just a collectible edition.
Yeah, that's just I was just mention what I was gonna say. Like all these collector's editions now where you can buy them without the game. And then they come with like you buy the game separately.
When it comes to digital, I think digital will become a game changer when it allows you to trade in your digital games towards like say Xbox money or PlayStation money or something else that you can put towards another game. I think that is when you'll see like a big jump in digital sales.
I mean, digital is jumping 50% year over year.
Well,
I think,
get the fucking prices in check too, because that's the other thing that's still stupid. I still can go to the store more often than not and get the disc copies cheaper than I can get them online. Yeah, sure, they got these great specials when they happen, but for the most part, like there's still games on Xbox Live on the store that are three times more expensive than I can go over to Wally Mart there and pick them up.
Well, that's something that's going to have to be fixed over time.
Well, they're afraid to do that because they need brick and mortar stores to sell your console.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest thing about digital for me is that, and I Noof might disagree here, is I can get any digital game, $60, or any game period, cheaper digitally on launch than I can a physical game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way you do that is if you actually like. I mean, I know GKB and She-Wolf game share or whatever, but like. They're married, so obviously it's like. But if you game share with a friend and you guys are splitting all the purchases, then it's only going to cost you $30 a game, which is way cheaper than you'll ever see at retail, especially day one. So it's all about whether or not you're willing to trust somebody enough to give them your info and do that stuff.
There is a downfall to that, though. Like, say if you guys are no longer friends, then guess what? You just lost half your games.
Well, yeah, you're right. That there is that downfall, but yeah, I mean that's always there's
always ups and downs to both ways that you look at it. No matter what, there'll always be a reason for physical and digital, and it'll go both ways. There is a reason, there isn't a reason. It's kind of you do if you don't if you do.
Where's Fox when I need her? Let's get physical.
So anyway, like maybe you guys saw this, like Digital Foundry did do like a video where they had their three main guys talking about stuff. And they, according to the panel, by this time next year, it'll actually be hard to go find a 1080p screen, because one of the biggest things that people complain about with Scorpio, and these are usually the quote unquote neutrals or Sony fanboys, is that who has a 4K TV anyway? But even according to these Digital Foundry 3, they say that next year it'll be hard to find a 1080p screen. The projection is that 60% of screens sold this year are going to be 4K, and next year it's going to jump up to 80%. So next year, 80% of the TVs sold are going to be 4K.
By the year 2020, bro, half of Americans will no longer have 1080p sets. They'll be 4K.
Yeah. I mean, look,
the market grew 50% last year alone, and they've been phasing out 1080p models for 3 years now. So.
Yeah, if you want to really see, like, just to see the effects of that, walk into any big box store, Best Buy, Walmart, Target, whatever, and take a look around and see like all the TVs that they have on sale that are 1080p or sub 1080p that they're just literally practically giving away because they have to clear space.
Yeah,
I mean, that's there. It speaks.
I thought he was going to come out with some big point, and he's like, "Because they got to clear space."
Well, I mean, they got to clear space for
they need room for other TVs.
Yeah, they need room for other TVs.
I mean, brilliant.
They're having like fire sales on those KS8000s right now too. So swoop one of them up.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? Like these things they're dropping 1080p and below TVs like flies because people aren't buying them really.
Yeah, I mean, why
You know,
would
they
you?
got to get rid of them cheap.
55-inch, was it Westinghouse 4K and fucking Costco, $399. You know?
You just need to be careful. That's the number one thing when you're looking at those kind of weird brands you don't really know about, like TLC, for instance, is kind of like an upstart. You know, it is what it is for money. It's decent, but you got to be careful of those $300 and $400 4K TVs at decent sizes, because a lot of times those are 4K 30 hertz panels that cannot do 4K at 60 frames natively on your panel. So
Yeah,
just look into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you want to double check
Right.
the HDMI inputs.
You know who you guys
the
want to go to for TV information is D-Batch. That dude loves his TVs, and he does like a bunch of videos about TVs and stuff. Like I'm watching, I'm like, okay. Like then I start drooling, and I'm like,
Yeah, the other
like,
thing too is on the cheaper 4K sets is that the input lag is still you want to be careful with too.
Yeah, I wouldn't get anything with
4K
input lag above like a very super low 20. I don't even go above 20 myself, milliseconds.
I
Like I got on my television is telling the woman to get the fuck up and turn the channel. God damn it.
I
Dude,
refuse to go
fucking
above 10.
Cletus.
So.
We respect our women around these parts, folks. Come on.
Yeah, Cletus.
Cletus, come on. So anyway, according to this panel also, they agreed that, listen to this, they said that Horizon Zero Dawn is so far the most convincing 4K game with the PlayStation 4 Pro. The 4K experience is more of a 4K canvas from a pixel count than a pixel count, whereas Microsoft is aiming for native real 4K with Scorpio. Rich, John, and Tom agreed that it's not the real deal with the Pro, but it's close enough, and that you get a tangible improvement from the 1080p experience. With games like Horizon Zero Dawn, you get something that is akin to native 4K experience or very close to it, and you really do see a huge improvement over standard Full HD. There's a fascinating battle to come, which will center around delivering machines, software, and games that deliver true 4K experiences. As Digital Foundry explains, there isn't just one way to do 4K. They explain that there isn't just one way to do 4K.
We've got to get this out of the way, because this is a known issue with Horizon Zero Dawn, especially in 4K mode. Is people notice that there are a lot of textures that don't hold up in 4K mode because they're not higher resolution textures because of that RAM shortage on the Pro, right? It's been well documented. The Pro's got around 6 gigabytes of free RAM space, right? So that's just not enough, and that's one advantage Scorpio will have. So if you're gonna do 4K, you need the textures to support it, or it's gonna look washed out when you look at the ground and shit, right? Have you noticed that playing checkerboard mode?
Yeah. Well, like
the beards and shit look great, but there's parts of the ground and stuff. It's like, man, this obviously was not supported well.
Yeah, it's like one of those things, like you were saying too. Like, and I noticed the blur a lot more after you said that.
Yeah.
Like if you're standing still, it takes a really good picture. But when you start moving, just like with Quantum Break, it kind of gets a little bit blurry on you or whatever. So there is that people are going to have to deal with as well. But that's the funny thing, like Digital Foundry, like, again, I'm sure they're going to say really good things about Scorpio. But the fact that they're saying that there's more than just one way to do 4K, you know what I mean? I think that's a little,
bro, right?
Yeah.
And
the best part is that rule applies to Scorpio as well, right? They've got those options as well.
Yeah. I mean, look, you're right. I guess I'm just falling back on old habits of being a little bit, negative or whatever, because I expect the worst sometimes when it comes to the media. And we got almost 900 watching. Thank you. Please hit the like button. Yeah, that is really good stuff. Make sure you guys subscribe to all these people and stuff like that. They're very good people. Very nice people, very friendly people. It was nice of them to come out here and talk about this stuff.
Friendly and nice people.
They're friendly and nice people. Trust me.
You could be a little more happy when you say
subscribe to Hellhammer. He does daily content.
He does daily content, and I'm gonna have to wake his ass up tomorrow because I was like, we'll probably do something. I know I'm doing a special. Did you guys announce anything yet? GKB or doing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I know they're doing like a special console corner thing tomorrow evening, but I'll probably do something more morning, early afternoon. So I'm gonna have to kick Hellhammer, throw some water on him, get his ass up, read the specs, explain everything to me, so I don't sound like a complete idiot, and then I can talk about it and like rub it in some ponies' faces and stuff like that, and talk about how PlayStation 4 is done. TikTok. That's right. TikTok, folks. TikTok. You guys hear that?
I'm sure there'll be a lot of YouTubers releasing some videos tomorrow or doing live shows.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there will be, but none of them are going to be as good as mine. I'm just saying. Yeah. So.
Wow. You're supposed to be on the console corner one?
No, I meant at the same time as mine. I meant at the same time. specifically.
Yeah, because that's what you
Get them on
said.
there first.
Hey, hey! Shout out to this dude. What the hell is his name? It was actually pretty funny. He said, oh, what the hell did he say? He says, "Crap! Imagine how amazing Media Player is going to be on Scorpio."
That's pretty funny, actually.
what a dick! I mean, come on. I mean, honestly, really?
I mean, think about it. I'm sure it's going to be amazing crap.
It is. I'm sure
You're
it is going to be
you're
amazing.
inside the movie.
He has the most time in that game.
Exactly. I love it. It's going to be fucking awesome. So, did you guys hear about this supposed 100 list leak of 4K games?
Oh, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah, not buying it.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm not buying it either. Like,
Call it
I'm like looking at this.
Like, what the fuck?
Scream Ride.
Yeah. Yeah, he Scream Ride in 4K, bitches.
There's no source out there that has gone to all these publishers and developers with all these NDAs like, hey, yeah, we got 5 patches for Scorpio. Like, yeah, okay, mark Activision down for 5 patches. Like, no, like this shit isn't legit, and Microsoft's not going to update Forza 5. It doesn't make. I'm sure it'll have tons of support. Don't get me wrong. It will have more support than the Pro on day one, especially in the AAA games category. But this list is not legit, even though a lot of these will be patched.
I still laughed at Advanced Warfare because, let's be honest, everyone said that was one of the worst Call of Duties to ever come out, and yet that's the one that would get it? Like, that makes no sense whatsoever.
I like Inside, man, because that's like, oh, look at all that grayscale. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
What made me laugh on the 4K update on that list was it had Sonic Mania on there. And I'm a huge Sonic fan, right? But I don't think you need 4K on a 16-bit game.
I heard Sonic. I heard Sonic is for kids. I'm just saying.
I heard that too.
Hey, are you talking about that list?
Frames a second.
Are you talking about that list that circulated the other day about all the?
Yeah. That like a lot of people were talking about it.
The Germans are at it again.
Fan list, right? Of just what they wanted, not that it would be.
Yeah, but people were just running with it like it was.
They were like, and to my credit, I didn't run with it. I was like,
I touched on it and then I shot it out of the air with a rocket launcher.
We should get news about how Scorpio should impact Xbox One and 360 games tomorrow, though.
Yeah, there's this rumor that somebody just sent me. Rumor Scorpio reveal will include how it improves 360 backwards compatibility games and 1080p TVs or whatever.
Well, it should be much easier to get that stuff ported over there with higher frame rates and that sort of thing for 360 stuff.
Those fucking games could use some super sampling. Holy shit!
Okay, so this is through Shinobi hinted as well as confirmed about that upcoming Scorpio reveal. He confirmed that there will be information on how 360 games will be improved when running on the much more powerful Scorpio, which is like, duh.
Makes
that
sense.
comes to mind. Genius. Good work. The Xbox One already provided a good upgrade, blah, blah, blah. Let's see there. Yeah, that's what he basically, great. They made a whole fucking article on this tweet.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Hey man, the same thing when Phil Spencer fucking says anything on Twitter. Fucking people make videos and people write news articles, you know?
Yeah. Might as well.
You've done it. I've done it. We've all done it.
I know.
GKB and She-Wolf had that special podcast. What, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah, those bastards. Why'd they do that?
And it was like Phil Spencer said this podcast time. people just take all that info and they make art because it's all about the clicks, man. You need to get them clicks. You know what Phil Spencer said.
There's just too many people out there that just care too much about people getting clicks. You know, it's just fucking. It's a video. Hey, take away from it what you will. It's an opinion. You know, hey, it's something to talk about. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's entertainment. You know what I mean? Like I did that fucking TikTok video today. It's entertainment. A lot of people like, hey man, that shit's crazy. Or they said I was wilding. I'm not sure what that means, but I think it's good. Yeah, I think that's good.
I think I've had to explain that in my videos. That my videos are entertainment. Try to entertain.
Yeah,
I do a bad job of it, of course, but you know, I try my best. You know,
a lot of people give people shit, and they just look at the thumbnail and the title, and they just assume shit, right? Like I had a moron comment like, these 100 4K.
But yet the funny part is they still continue to watch even after
exactly,
complaining about
and they'll comment and say, the 100 4K games thing isn't real. I said, well, fuckface, I said it wasn't real in the video. Yeah. Like he was giving me shit because he thought I said it was real. He didn't even watch. So that's why I say, don't just look at the thumbnail and the title. Actually watch, or you're going to get destroyed after you make a comment. You know.
Shit, I can't wait for the info tomorrow, man. I'm gonna do a bunch of Xbox hating fucking videos. Can't wait.
Pass me some of that hater,
awesome.
bro.
Throwing some more,
hater
throwing some
tots
more
or whatever.
This shit looks like Michael
I'll be
Packer
like,
numbers. What the
Did you see
fuck?
it hit 59 frames per second? That's bullshit. Fuck that.
Okay. Thanks, Delilah. She says wild and usually means that you're being silly, but usually positive. Thank you. I had no. I don't know. I'm not hip.
That
I
is the
Probably
most
could have
accurate
Googled that
description
to
of that
find
word
what
I've
it
ever heard.
was.
Yeah, is it like? Yeah, she
Crap
did
is
a
a
good
piece-
job.
That shit
Crap
was
is a
very
pasty
well
white guy.
worded
He
right
doesn't
there.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a pasty white guy. He doesn't know.
I'm not
Any
pasty.
of those.
I'm tan. I got
Tan?
that Italian.
I
Yeah, I'm
thought,
tan.
I thought you're the albino rhino. Rhinos ain't tan, bro.
Oh, yeah,
Especially
yeah.
albino ones.
Well, hold on. Funny story about that.
Gamer exposed.
Jay was like, man, he goes, man, you need to be more white because you're albino, right? I says, yeah, but I'm Italian, so I'm fine with him being not as albino. You know what I mean? It's all good. But yeah, so that was a little bit funny. I got him working on a new one with some mayonnaise and no brush. Shout out to Foxfire on that.
No brush.
Yeah, no brush.
Ooh.
Yeah, little hands on the mayo, if you know what I'm saying.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, it's
I don't
gonna,
want to know.
NC-17 rated over here.
yeah, it's gonna
You
be
better not
funny.
show
'cause
this to her, bro.
there's gonna be mayonnaise parties. Come on, this is gonna be
I
great.
feel
Scorpio,
bad for
I'm gonna-
Fox right now. She has no idea what's.
It's good. It's gonna be great, guys. Trust me.
Here's a question for you guys because I see this a lot too. Do you guys think we'll be able to pre-order the Scorpio tomorrow from Elliot Beardsley in the chat?
No,
No.
there's not going to be a price.
There's going to be an announcement.
You don't
later
need a
on,
price to
all that.
pre-order something, though.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, but still.
It's already
Well,
on
hold
Amazon, isn't it?
Yeah, Amazon put up their pre-order thing. I think the Microsoft Store might start taking them. Yeah, like what I'll probably do is if they allow it, maybe do the pre-order at GameStop, even though I don't hardly use them anymore. But a midnight launch would be for me.
What is the
You know what I
placeholder?
mean?
Is there a placeholder on Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah, they put it up.
How much?
I don't know if you can yet. Just yet, it's just up there.
Oh, they don't have a price up there. Like, hey, pay this much and you're guaranteed.
Yeah, it's just up there, whatever.
I remember
So-
placeholders for Xbox One were as high as $1,000. People were saying like this shit was going to be so expensive. Remember that?
So on Amazon, it just says Project Scorpio in brackets coming holiday 2017,
2017.
December 30th, 2017. Sorry, and that's it. Just is currently unavailable.
Yeah. And here's the description for those in the wonder. The most powerful console ever with 6 teraflops of graphical processing power. The first and only console to enable true 4K, high fidelity VR.
And in
Compatible
brackets
with
for
all your
anybody out
Xbox One
there.
games.
Launch.
And
It's
accessories.
actually spelled like exactly like you just read it too.
No, it's
Everything's
not.
repeated 3 times.
That's where the in brackets is coming, that he is using more words than actually in description. But hey,
And that's why they say it's the first one to enable true high fidelity 4K gaming, because it's going to have, like Ram was saying earlier as well, it's going to be 4K 30 on average with high settings, with games running at 4K 60 as well. So there's definitely a difference. I get why they're still claiming that, right?
it's funny though. If you scroll down, it says that it only has 320
Yeah.
gigs.
320
320
gigabytes a second of memory bandwidth is what that is.
Yeah, memory bandwidth.
Oh,
Memory
I didn't go all the way
bandwidth.
down.
Yeah. I'm surprised. Hey, how
If you
long
do
ago-
that thing I didn't do, it says 320 gigs.
Fox in the
But yeah,
Yeah. How long before this thing starts getting negative reviews? Probably like as soon as it happens, as soon as it actually goes up for like pre-order, or I'm not sure exactly how.
Got a 320
works
gig
at.
hard drive.
Yeah, 320. I'm hoping. You know what? They just need to do a fucking bare bones one, 500 gig, no controller for the people that already have.
I'm down with that.
all
bro.
that stuff.
Don't make them pay again for storage. They've already invested in their hard drive, right?
I 100%. Yeah, I 100% don't want a fucking. I don't need a 1 terabyte or more. I already have like 8 terabytes of fucking storage space. Like I don't need to pay for extra stuff. You're 100% right, dealer. Like to me, like just give it to me at a decent price to where I could just plug in my externals. I mean, that's the
Sadly,
whole
I think the Pro has already dictated the lowest hard drive size for Scorpio. 1 terabyte.
I agree. You're probably right. Xbox One X, or the acronym of Xbox, seems like don't fucking me.
Roll out.
Xbox
That's
roll
up.
out.
Prime.
Ultra would be awesome. Xbox One Ultra, that'd be pretty cool. Because it kind of goes to the Killer Instinct, and the Ultra combos.
I
and
think
all that
Elite
shit.
would be the coolest, but I just don't think they would ever use it again, since they've already used that moniker this
Yeah.
generation.
Yeah, Elite would have made sense, but like I said, they can't use it now. Well, like,
Who knows?
I mean, like Rand, I know you don't like this name either, the Xbox One X or whatever, but at least it's not a fucking X Bone.
But it's technically it's going to be X Bone X.
No, it's going to be XBOX, Xbox.
No,
So you're telling me all the PlayStation fanboys out there is going to say Xbox for instead of saying X Bone X? Like,
well, even the social media, they could have always used just XB1 and
it's terrible.
like literally not the word, just the number, and they could have, but they never did. They always put X Bone. So
I'd rather be like Xbox One 4K. That's what I'd fucking want more than X. Jesus.
Well, if it's good enough, they won't go out of their way to find those kind of names, right? I mean, hell, they wouldn't have.
No,
if
they'll
X1
do it.
was
Those are
more
crazy
powerful
people
than the
out there,
PS4, I don't think it would have ever been called X-Bone.
Yeah, they'll
We're talking about people that come to an Xbox channel and watch this shit and they're PlayStation fans. Like, come on, bro.
They're like, fuck you guys, you're pro.
Yeah, you're right. They're fuck faces.
Yeah,
but I think it's
mean,
safe to say, guys, we can rule out Scorpio. Like, never have a system yet kept the code name for a launch. So I think that one's definitely out, despite everybody petitioning and going berserk that we need Scorpio. You know what I mean?
Probably good, or the X1 would be called Durango. We'll fucking
Yeah.
die.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen. Here's the thing. You know who really want this thing to be called Scorpio? It's like the super hardcore Twitterverse, online people, right? It's like the minority. You can't fucking call the thing Xbox Scorpio. Come on.
Because that doesn't tell you what you're getting. Like with the Pro, the PS4 Pro, like I said on Beastfire, they walk in there like I'm a pro, you know, and they go and they see what it's about, right?
Well,
So
yeah,
they
it's
gotta
because you
differentiate.
pick July month to use the fucking what do you call it? The fucking, what do you call those signs? Your whatever, because it would have been a fucking cancer. Xbox cancer.
Hey, let's get Xbox cancer.
Xbox leukemia.
Yeah.
Like that would have been terrible, Noob. God damn it. Okay, so
exactly.
so I wanted to talk about this Forbes article that says game over for Xbox One. Maybe you guys have seen it. Like Forbes gets like a lot of views, even more so than a lot of these gaming sites. But yeah, this is what it says. I'll give you guys the rundown real quick. The PS4 has sold around twice as many units as the Xbox One since they both launched. It's not even a war, it's a slaughter. All that Microsoft can do now is hope and pray that the upcoming Scorpio can save the day, that it's not too little too late to introduce an even more powerful system to the market. And it's not just about how many systems has been sold, it's about what gamers on either platform can expect in terms of content and value moving forward. You need look no further than Sony's incredible lineup of exclusives or semi-exclusive titles to see how badly the PlayStation 4 is beating the Xbox One. So far in 2017, Microsoft only exclusive has been Halo Wars 2, but thanks to Microsoft's consumer-friendly Play Anywhere program, you can play that on PC and skip the Xbox One altogether. There's other Xbox exclusives in the pipe for 2017, but Crackdown 3, Sea of Thieves, can't keep a gaming system afloat. Neither IP is big or popular enough. If the Scorpio does launch this holiday, Microsoft will need a major launch title to go along with it, but it's a little early for Halo 6 or Gears 5.
So Forbes has a fucking nerd sitting there watching a console war, writing articles about this shit, obviously, right?
Yeah.
This is
Well, here, listen, I'm not done yet. While Sony has a long list of incredible exclusives just in the first few months of 2017, ranging from Nioh to Persona 5 to Horizon Zero Dawn, Microsoft is canceling promising titles like Scalebound, and that cancellation comes on the heels of the shuttering of Fable Legends. With no new Fable anywhere in sight, that's a game that the Xbox One desperately needs, and something they could launch alongside the Scorpio in a big way. It's Xbox over.
Xbox
up with the announcer voice, it's like game over. Whatever
these people act like none of these Japanese titles are ever going to make their way. They're going to come to both platforms eventually. That's what people don't understand. They're not locked down exclusives. That they're fucking multiplats that just haven't been made their way over yet.
It's time.
Just like Killing Floor 2 recently, right?
Yeah,
same shit.
I totally agree. But like, what is the deal? It's like there's been an influx of like this hate leading up to the Scorpio stuff, right? And I'm not really sure I understand it, because these are the same people that were saying how genius the PS4 not having any games out in the holiday was, right? And I don't know exactly how genius that is. If you're a PlayStation 4 fan, you know, hey, it's great. I love having games not come out in the holiday. That's awesome, right? Like, to me, that's not genius at all. Like, what Microsoft has done is release quality titles throughout the year. I mean, and they continue to do that. Are we going to get A Halo or Gears this year? No. Although we could get a Halo 3 anniversary. I'm not exactly sold that we won't get that. But, you know, I think that we get this is what they say. All you get is Halo, Gears, and Forza. Then we have a year when we don't get it, and they go, hey, you guys are fucked. You got no Halo. You got no Halo or Gears or Forza. I mean, obviously we are going to get a Forza, but I mean, that's what they say, you know, and I think that that's just a little bit disheartening in my opinion. I mean, what's your guys' thoughts on like the media kind of doing that now?
It's kind of like
don't all jump in at once.
It's kind of like what I was just saying earlier. I mean, regardless of the Scorpio coming out, Sony has the market share, and this is the shit you're going to continue seeing until, you know, Xbox starts to, you know, catch up in that market share. Like, this is just going to continue on and on and on, regardless. I mean, it sucks, and I know everybody's, oh, you're an Xbox hater or whatever the fuck. I'm just being real. That's just fucking how it is, man.
Well, how would they ever know what market share Microsoft has? They never share it. You know, it's like you hear 57 million PS4s.
They don't have to share it. It's just the perception. Like that's fucking reality. That's just how it is, man. Like, unfortunately, I wish I had better things to say about it, but honestly, it's just how it's going to be, and that's why I keep keeping it real. Like, I know Scorpio is going to be revealed and all that kind of stuff, but you know, Sunshine's not going to rain down, and fucking all of a sudden the gaming media fucking retards are going to switch and being like, oh, praise fucking Xbox. It's just not going to happen.
You know, let them say what they want to say. It really ultimately doesn't matter, and
I'm still going to enjoy my Xbox. Dealer's going to enjoy his Xbox. Everybody else is going to enjoy their Xbox.
And you're going to see, like you said earlier, you're going to see all kinds of people flopping like fucking fish out of water. And it's just going to be the way that it's going to go. I think the media will eventually come over to this side again. And, you know, like, once again, it doesn't matter. You're going to enjoy it more than any other console you've ever had if it performs like we all know it will. So
I'm going to be scared to go into GameStop fucking come Christmas time because I might get knocked over by the towers of PS4s that are traded in.
Well, I mean, look, just the media stuff gets old. I was telling people today, I was like, don't fall back in old habits, just thinking negatively all the time. Like, I find myself doing that sometimes too. I think that there could be a change depending on what developers want to do and what these people want to do. Like, if you look at like what Digital Foundry does and some of these, they'll compare a base Xbox One to a PS4 Pro to a high-end PC, which is completely unfair. Are these people going to, like, is Microsoft, if they're smart, they need to send all these people Scorpios, right? I mean,
they will.
So that I mean, I would hope so, you know, because
you bet your bottom dollar Boogie will get his Scorpio, and Lamar Wilson and all those people and all those streamers will get their Scorpios. You bet your bottom dollar that'll happen.
Just the bottom.
What about Crapgamer?
Crapgamer is not going to get anything. Sorry, dude.
God damn it, man! Crapgamer doesn't get anything, man.
You're gonna get a new.
If Crapgamer had 25 million subs, you'd get it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Come on, guys! I need you to sub quick. All you guys, subscribe
they
now.
probably still wouldn't give you one. They'd just be like, "Fuck you, Crapgamer."
I know.
I hate rhinos. You're not getting anything.
No. At that point, no, it wouldn't matter what Crap says because at that point, it's not about Crap. It's about the 25 million people that listen to him.
Yeah, that's true. That's. I mean.
Well, then, hey, it matters what Crap says, then, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So with what's going on with Scorpio, it was cool to hear like the Crackdown people say that they were teasing Crackdown 3. You know, a lot of people think that game's a game that people are forgetting about or that would get canceled or whatever. So they kind of reconfirmed that it's going to come out this year. I mean, what, you guys excited about that? Do you think some of the weight was Scorpio ready stuff? They wanted, you know, I don't know. Hello, is this thing on?
No.
Crackdown 3.
That might have been why they. It might have been why they pushed it back, right? But at the same time, the whole point of Crackdown was to see what cloud compute was about. So it's kind of like weird. But either way, you'll get it in 4K. I think it'd be nice, and they need it this year, right?
Yeah.
But also, I think they were planning on Scalebound, kind of filling up some of that. They didn't know Scalebound was going to get canceled back then, so I don't know. It's here for a reason. We'll see.
Yeah, you know, I'm excited by it. Again, this year's lineup is one that's going to be interesting because, again, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. As far as, you know, you don't release a Halo or Gears, and next thing you know, you got nothing, you're screwed.
Sorry, you got the best version of every single game on console. So.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you know how many people are just going to fucking just switch over just because you're going to have the best version of these games?
Are they going to be making the switch?
You know what's nuts is going back to that
Speaking
Forbes
of-
guy where he says that, the killer exclusive Sony, like he listed like Gravity Rush and all that shit in that article, when only like 150,000 people bought that. Like if that's what he's touting that for, then obviously he's got a clear bias because nobody fucking bought it anyway on 60 million install base, so.
Yeah.
He automatically claims that Sea of Thieves is nothing nobody's really going to rush out and buy, even though a few years ago, all anyone wanted was a fucking pirate game. It's just the best part of Assassin's Creed 4, right? So,
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean,
Speaking of-
I agree. Go ahead.
Speaking of Switch, guys, how do you think that whole situation is going to play out for everybody in the fall, the shopping season? Like, if Switch continues to say dominate in sales, it wins like consecutive MPDs leading up to Christmas. How do you think that plays into the mindset of execs at Sony or Xbox? Do they look at things a little differently? Do they take Nintendo seriously again? Are they really concerned that they don't care? Like, because we all know, I think as cool as the Switch is, I think the test of time is going to be to see where it is next year. Towards Christmas, in 2018, because we saw how quickly the Wii U fizzled out. So this could potentially be the same situation. So what do you think on that?
I think that the Switch is winning the 9th generation right now because they went ahead to the next generation, right? Like Microsoft and Sony are still in the 8th. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's like, I don't know, like the Switch is the anti-game. Like, I don't know, it's the Uncola Moochism. It's the unconsole of game console. So yeah, I think that it's interesting, but I don't look at that as competition at all. I think that
They don't keep it on the shelves enough.
What the fuck
Like
was
every
that?
time,
what was that? I don't know what the fuck that was.
He turned into a fucking
Fucking
Wookiee in the
My
middle of
Wookiee
this
impression.
fucking
No, I was going to say something and then she will start talking. So, like a gentleman, I would.
No, we're talking about Hellhammer. You like died in the background.
No, that was Rand.
That was
okay.
me. I was about to say something, but she will start talking,
shit.
and like a gentleman, let the lady talk.
Like a gentleman, I turned into fucking Chewbacca.
But the words got caught in my. Stop it! The words got caught in my throat.
I'm sorry, I thought you paused after the sound.
my
It just went
God.
dead. So that's why I'm
Oh,
so
shit.
sorry. Wow.
Okay, She-Wolf, go ahead. We'll just stop talking.
Okay, I'm just gonna quickly throw this out. When it comes to the Switch, my only thing about it is they don't keep it in stock enough to actually keep it going, like keeping the hype about it. Like I understand that it sells a lot, especially when they do release them, they sell out quick enough, but they don't keep enough of them. And I think as new systems come out, they're going to end up not wanting the Switch as much, and they need to bring out more games for the Switch because really there's just not enough of them. So
How many Switch games are you and GKB playing?
there's one, and it's been sitting in the dock since the day we got it. So
GKB, you're not playing the most amazing game of all time?
What, Horizon Zero Dawn?
No.
I thought you were talking about Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know what's going on, man.
Zelda the Switch. He's embracing the Hollywood Hogan, this dude. Is he gonna come out
hard
to-
right now.
Yeah, man.
Wait,
jeez.
if GKB's Hollywood Hogan, does that make you Brutus the Barber Beefcake?
No,
That's
no,
cool,
no,
bro.
man. If anything, I would be like, I don't know,
Ric Flair?
one of those other guys.
So what
No.
you
He could be Mick Foley.
Is dealer like Kevin Nash and Nukem? Is he Scott Hall or?
I would be in there,
No.
some maybe Macho Man.
No, baby.
no,
I'm
crap,
King Kong
crap can
Bundy.
be Mick Foley.
Mick Foley.
because I got a beard.
Mick Foley wasn't
No,
part of
man, you gotta-
NWO.
Yeah, you gotta be NWO.
Oh,
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Wouldn't it make
No.
more sense that GKB's Macho Man and She Wolf is Miss Elizabeth?
no.
I guess.
I'm
but-
not involved in this at all.
Bonesaw is ready.
Oh yeah, dig it.
I met him.
Prime,
once.
roll out.
Roll out. Yeah. I don't know.
Switch's
so
lack
GK
of like mainstream third-party support will eventually kill it, just like the Wii U. That's the bottom line.
I mean, I hope it does good because I want to see them kind of prosper or whatever.
I don't think Microsoft or Sony see them as serious competition.
I don't either. Hence
to be honest.
Microsoft tweeting
I mean-
about them
Yeah.
24/7.
Yeah, I mean, the Switch and Nintendo isn't really a competition for either Sony or Microsoft at this point. I mean, look, you can look back at even on previous generations with the 360 and the Wii and stuff. I mean, nobody really cared. I mean, yeah, there was 100+ million Switch or Wiis out there, but
But I
nobody
always
really
say, man,
gave a fuck.
I always say they're not competition in a traditional sense of the word, but at the end of the day, they're all competing for the same consumer dollar. And if Nintendo's riding that old hype horse right through the fucking, right through the stadium here, people want to ride it, man. That's the way it goes.
Yeah, but it's a short ass fucking ride. That's the problem. You buy the system, and there's no damn games for it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the main problem, right? With the Switch right now, there's no games on it, and they don't even have enough Nintendo games.
You gotta connect to like a cell tower to fucking play online.
Yeah.
Fucking straight talk. Can't play
fucking bring your cell phone around with you to fucking even talk to people on the Switch.
Hey, you can change your name though, at least on the online. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Come on.
Hey, that's a newfangled technology.
Yeah, that's newfangled. Like Yoshida's like, how do you do that? I don't know.
My name's always been Yoshida ever since I was born.
What do you think about if the Switch is as popular as Nintendo thinks it is, if they really do sell those 20 million that they're shipping this year, and it becomes a phenomenon like the Wii was, what's the odds that Microsoft and Sony make their own Switches?
0, because it's not going to happen like Nintendo think.
Yeah, you know what? I think that Sony's out of the whole trying to compete with Nintendo thing. If you guys remember, they so badly wanted to be Nintendo at like a point in the last generation. Remember they came out with the dildos, glowing ones like the Wii, the Move. They came out with they tried so hard to make Sackboy their Mario. Like, how many fucking Little Big Planet games did they come out with? And then they came out with the Smash Brothers clone. Then they had Sackboy racing in his own kart racer. Like, they tried really hard to be Nintendo last generation. I don't think they're going to do that again. I think they're done with handheld stuff. I think they're going to try to just apparently, did you guys see the VR stuff? Again, I predicted that. Crapgamer was right. T-shirts on sale right now.
Man, you really have a conniption with being right, huh?
Yeah.
You made all them shirts, goddammit.
Yes, exactly.
Can't you just sit there in the shadows and be like, once again, Crap is right, but not really say anything? Like,
no, I can't.
If he did.
Yeah, I'm an asshole. What can I say?
So there's two things you like to do: fucking e-bag and tell people you're right.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm a complete asshole.
The description for the link to the Patreon.
Exactly. Oh, yes. Hey, by the way, support M&C Mornings on the Patreon. Link down below, so you guys can check that out. Support me and Mooch. You guys wanted Mooch. You got him back. I pulled that off. That was all me. I'm just totally.
Yeah, Mooch had nothing to do with coming back.
Yeah, that's all me. I was like, Mooch, you're coming back to M&C Morning, bitch. And he was like, okay, Crap, you got it. Just for you, brother. And I was like, you better. I'm just like, everybody's looking at me probably right now like, what the fuck is he on? I'm high on life, folks, 100%. Scorpio life. That's what I'm talking about. Like, no, come on.
We're only 12 hours away from all the news, man.
My right testicle
like I'm
bigger too.
I am super happy. No, is it? I don't know. Okay, so BioWare, just real quick, we talked about Mass Effect the other week. They're gonna patch the facial animations and shit. Are you guys gonna like deal? Or I know you're playing it too. Like, apparently they're doing some narrative changes as well. So have you guys stopped playing, or are you going to like maybe pick it up in a couple of weeks when they patch it?
I'm still playing.
80 something hours in, and I've beaten the main quest and all the loyalty missions and main side missions. And it's one of those things where it's like I feel like I've really beat the shit out of that game. And I went back to playing The Witcher, and I finally beat the main mission on The Witcher, as I posted today on Twitter, right? Like 5 days and something, 12 hours in. Finally beat The Witcher technically, the main story. And I'm thinking to myself the whole time, like, damn, these facial animations are pretty damn good. And this game is much bigger than Mass Effect. So definitely they did half-ass those, but it definitely got overblown at the same damn time. What do you think?
Yeah.
You played the game, Crap?
You know what? Like, at first, I didn't think, like, to me, I think the game's good, right? But then I watched, maybe you guys watched that they do those honest game trailers. Right, and so they did one on this game, and they're like, it's not really more like a direct sequel to the others; it's more like a straight to DVD.
That's such bullshit. It's a good fucking game. It is
like here it is. The game is really good. I love the game. Some of the animations like are kind of funny with the eyes and stuff, right? Like
that guy turned into an owl once, right, and broke his own neck like Steven Seagal. But you know, hey,
like
you know.
Hellhammer was saying, he goes, yeah. One time it's like you got to kill all the enemies, and he's like, I don't see any enemies, and then fucking they just fall from the sky.
They fell from the sky, like there was supposed to be like a drop ship or something, but there was nothing there. They just fell on top of me, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
Surprise,
yeah,
bitch.
like one time, surprise, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm playing it, and then fucking the guy's like up in the air moonwalking, right? And I actually did a record that
he
on
was
that.
just
Like,
dancing, man. I mean, don't take
he
that
was,
for
man.
granted.
He was having fun, but like some of the stuff, yeah, like I don't know. I think it hasn't really affected the game. I haven't really had much time to game over the past week just because I was busy with work and stuff. But I'm definitely gonna get back into it because Hellhammer is about to catch up to me in the story part. So I'll try to stay ahead of him.
You sure you spoil it for him before he beats it.
He probably already spoiled it for himself. He always checks that shit out like on Wikipedia and stuff.
No, to be honest with you, I actually kind of guessed some of a lot of the story stuff early on. And I'm so far I'm like 9 out of 10 times right on what I've guessed on the story. I think the game is really good. I haven't I've had a couple of the weird animation glitches and stuff like that, but it hasn't been enough to affect it enough to be like ruin the game for me. Like I'm still enjoying playing through it. I'm still, exploring through areas. I'm still finding shit, in caves and whatever else, and like doing all these little side quests and whatever, and mining for shit and whatever else. So, I mean, it's still the same game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree with that.
Fucking
I
massive.
don't.
Jesus, there's so much to do in that game. It almost gets mesmerizing. You like turn around and then them fucking on hold missions drive me nuts because you're like fucking you go and finish part and you're like, yeah, complete it, and then it's like on hold and you gotta wait for some fucking email or shit and you're like,
I'm waiting around and doing like little weird missions, waiting for it to on hold. And in the meantime, I've done like 20 side missions and it still is on hold.
Yeah, a lot of that's advanced by the main mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Like for me, I like the I like what they're doing with it. Like GKB She-Wolf, have you guys got into it much? I know that you're more Diabloing it up right now, GKB.
Oh yeah,
but
season 10 like took over my life right now. But I
what
was
is
playing
that?
it for
Like I don't get what the whole seasons thing is.
it's like you start a new character and you grind and you try and push leaderboards and stuff, trying to get up there like competitive stuff. That's
Okay,
really all it
gotcha.
is.
Gotcha. Like I've never even played that game, so.
Oh, it's fun, man. I enjoy the crap of it. But Mass Effect, like I was playing through it, and I was talking to Noof about this too. And you can notice all that crazy animations and stuff. But after a while, it just kind of like move past it and just start getting into the story and all that kind of stuff. And that's what I really enjoy about this one because I was hooked like right from the beginning of this one. So I think it's a little overblown with a lot of this stuff. I think it's a really good game. So.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's a fucking fantastic game, and it's kind of annoying to see how it's over. But again, I do that for fun with like some of the PlayStation 4 games. Like
absolutely.
I poked a little bit of fun out of the Spear side quest and all that kind of shit. But at the end of the day, I mean, it is kind of what it is. It's not like a terrible game. Just like this game, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
That whole Honest trailers was just a compilation of the worst glitches in the game.
Yeah.
Not any one person's playthrough. It's
Has all those at one time.
Yeah, and even you say you kind of got over it and you learned to live with it. It's like it wasn't even a thing for me. Hardly at all. There were a couple different enemy trigger bugs where I'd go into an area and they were supposed to be enemies and they wouldn't spawn unless I ran into like a corner of some type. But hey, it's not bad.
Then they fall on top of your head like they did to me.
I'll tell it to you straight. I'm about 20 hours into Mass Effect Andromeda, and the only thing that's really annoying for me is I'm 20 hours in, and the only thing I've banged so far is a drum.
You're gonna have to wait longer. You're gonna have to wait longer than that if you're not doing the main mission a lot.
God damn, I've been trying, and it's fucking.
I didn't fuck shit until like 70 hours, bro.
That's like high school rejection simulator.
Because I did all the side shit. I did all the side shit first, just like the Witcher.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, it is like I said. I was like, it's easier in real life than in that game. It's like and everybody tries to go for that. Obviously, you know what I mean. And I just
kind of feel bad because you're like, oh shit, man, you're like the second one in 2 days, and I'm supposed to be like I'm supposed to be with this other person.
That's how every developer now gets people to play through their games. You leave all the sex scenes like close to the end or something.
That's exactly what the end of the main mission, right? It's all brought forward with the main mission. None of the side missions do anything really towards it. So
the next God of War, he has a big old fucking orgasm like sausage party right at the end.
It's just all dudes.
Like the movie Sausage Party?
Yeah, like the movie.
Okay, with like the that was pretty fucking
Oh,
funny,
God.
but kind of weird.
Yeah.
That was
Kind
a
of weird.
disturbing
Not gonna lie.
movie.
It was a little bit, but I think I still liked it. And just like that, folks, we're at like
I
2
bet you
hours.
would.
Oh, that shots fired.
You're
Jesus
welcome.
Christ. Thank you. Wow.
You're
Man,
welcome.
it's all good. The crap hate is strong, folks. Yeah, so with that, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing some outros because man, 2 hours flew by, and then the sooner we go to bed, just like Christmas, the sooner we get up and get this fucking amazing Scorpio news. So GKB, what do you got to close out with, man? What do you got going on?
Working on a bunch of Xbox hating videos.
Yeah, that's good to hear, man.
Are
We
they
all
really
hate
that
Xbox
bad,
haters.
GKB? Are people really calling you an Xbox hater that bad?
Yeah, they do. I don't really care.
Yeah, they
Jesus.
do.
It's fine.
Who are these people?
People hate the fucking truth, bro. What can I say?
Tag me next time. I'll help you.
No worries, man. No worries. Yeah, just we're gonna be doing a special tomorrow, talking about all the stuff that we're gonna hear from Digital Foundry. Crap's gonna be on there. We got a couple other people hopefully gonna hop on and stuff. So it's gonna be fun times, man.
That sounds fucking awesome, man. I'm excited.
wait.
I'm excited about that. She-Wolf, what do you got going on?
I don't.
You're like,
want
oh fuck,
to
I got to do another podcast with Crap.
I
She's
don't
like,
don't wanna
want.
talk about
I
it.
actually don't want to do the freaking show tomorrow, but
You
I'm
have no
being
choice.
forced.
No choice.
So, don't expect
So
me
yeah,
to-
it's gonna be a good
hardware.
time.
It's all hardware.
Yeah, I know, but it's
Really?
Oh, you'll have tons of
Holding a
fun.
Joy-Con to your head.
Oh, ha 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 ha! I really don't want to. But either way, you'll see me tomorrow though on that special show as well. Other than that, I'm actually hoping to stream tomorrow. They're doing like this zombie thing on Beam, so I'm gonna try to get some cool animation things going with zombies. So yeah. I'm hoping to stream tomorrow. And other than that, you can just find me on Xbox and Twitter at XSheWolfX with a U, not an O.
I don't know. Gotcha.
Hey,
Hellhammer, what do you got
you'd be
going on?
surprised how many people put an O in there.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, because they
Yeah.
try to spell it like a wolf, like a wolf.
Like the real word.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Proper grammar is really coming back to haunt you.
Yeah.
What about you, Hellhammer? I got nothing going on. I'm gonna get up early and
He
read
does like
through
5
all that
videos a day,
tech
bro. What are you
stuff.
talking about? Come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be going through the tech stuff, of course. I don't know. I was thinking about maybe putting something up tomorrow for the whatever, some of the Scorpio stuff. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. But
no.
otherwise,
He's gonna play it by
So,
ear.
no.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it by ear. What I might do is just drop the shocker, like the bombshell. Be like, damn, like he's finally got a video up.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
You should have done it on. You should have done it
You know
on
what?
April Fool's.
You know, I actually almost uploaded a Rickroll video for April Fools just to fuck with people. But then I was even
would've-
too lazy to do that. So
Wow. Okay. Dealer, what do you got going on, man?
I'll be keeping up with all the news, of course, dropping a video on all the stuff tomorrow. A lot of indication for this whole panel tomorrow. So it's going to be a great day. And this is the shit we've been telling you about. Everything you hear about tomorrow is all coming to light, finally. So like I said, I'll be dropping a video on that. And obviously you can follow me there on YouTube at Dealer Gaming.
I space dealer I on Xbox Live.
That's the Xbox Live version of me. I do reply to pretty much everyone, which is something I get complimented on by the way. And also at Dealer_Gaming on Twitter.
Hey, I try to reply to everybody too. MOH Space Crapgamer. Yeah, that's hit me up, folks. And Twitter, I'm almost at 7,000 followers. So yeah,
on Twitter.
the _Crapgamer, man.
You
That's
get some of that
that's
Tim
where
Dog action going on, man.
I know, man. It's fucking insane. And we got the Canadian Mauler, Noof Nukem, bro. What do you got going on?
Hey man, just gonna try to play some more Mass Effect and hopefully stream a little bit more to Beam, which I'm totally enjoying. Fantastic. I think they might have had some glitches with it today though, because like 3 or 4 times it actually just stopped working for me, like right in the middle of the stream, and then I would go out back and have to rebroadcast. But yeah, just playing some more Mass Effect. Got a bunch of games I want to get through, and I know I'm well overdue for another podcast. I just haven't found anything creative or crazy to kind of come up with yet, but I'm sure perhaps in the next week or so I'll have something to do. And I'm excited for tomorrow night's Console Corner Special Edition. It's going to be a good one, and we hope that people will show up for that as we kind of break down the details that we hope to hear about tomorrow. So it should be good.
Yeah, I'm excited about
I'll
that.
go in there and give you guys a dislike for it.
You asshole. You
So you're the one.
Yeah. Man, what's it like to only get 1 or 2? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, your videos crap. Normally you start out with a dozen before you even hit the fucking play button.
Yeah, people are like, I'm just here for my daily dislike, and I'm like, that's fine with me. It's all good. And Randall Soft Serve, what do you got going on, man? Like Xbox 2 podcast, that's doing pretty well for you.
So I literally just dropped a review of Blackwood Crossing while the show was on. Doing that, you know,
some kind of weird indie
Sabotage. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's an indie game that I played that I absolutely loved. So check that out if you got the time. But yeah, tomorrow I'm sure I'll have a video up, and sometime during the afternoon, me and Jez will hit the airwaves talking about all that stuff. So
that
but
sounds pretty
afternoon
good.
because I got school at night. So
yeah, I hear you. Awesome stuff. Make sure you guys all hit that like button. Over 800 watching earlier. I appreciate it. We can get up to 600 likes. That'd be fucking awesome. Go ahead and do that. And we will catch you guys tomorrow. Busy day, man. Get some sleep. Be good to one another. Make sure you rub it in a pony's face. It's going to be funny. Vindication. We're coming out of that shit tunnel with the shit all over us, but it's raining and we're going to get washed clean, folks. It's going to be glorious. It's going to be amazing. And we'll catch you guys next time.
Will be sailing tomorrow.
It is, man. I'm excited for it. Rack 'em up, guys. We'll catch you next time.